And all right, we are live.
Yay! We don't have
Alright.
pyro, people. We don't have pyro. This is our first episode, and y'all know every time someone do a freaking pilot, it's never like it is. So,
Yes. All right. Let me check on my link. And this is our first time doing our Embrace the Thirst, and it will be exclusively on YouTube. And if you guys want to check it out, you come on my channel, Thirsty Jack channel, where I do all the stuff and the great magics and all the great things. So let me just upload it right now. And all the great Lord. Things.
Yeah, there it is.
Yes, that's my voice. Okay, okay. Copy right here. Oop. And sweet. Thank God for Facebook. I don't know why I saw Spike Lee for that damn movie, Do the Right Thing. But anyway,
holy shit, we are on YouTube. I am looking at my black ass smile. Oh. Okay, we are here.
Enjoy the light while we can.
Hey, I can't help it. Subscribe, damn it. I am going to share this later. I have made it to the promised land. Let's get it.
All right.
So
the topic we're definitely going to talk about on our very first episode of Embrace the Thirst is purist wrestling fan. And for purists, it means you pretty much love in-ring ability over, traditional like promos and characters, everything else. So that was meant for being a purist. And I would tell you the story where I got the idea from. So way back, I used to work at Wendy's, and my good friend Lawrence, who used to be a manager at Wendy's, shout out to Lawrence. We always talk about wrestling, and I said, you know what? I don't care about promos. I care about what you do in the ring. And then out of nowhere, he called me purist, because you're a purist because you just like what you like wrestling, and promo and everything else. The entertainment value is the last thing on your mind. I said, okay, cool. It is what it is. So ever since then, I become that guy, the purist wrestler fan. And I look back at myself and I say, you know what? Maybe I am, because I can defend all the wrestlers who so-called boring champion. Like, prime example, Chris Benoit. People call him a boring champion, but he's a great wrestler. He's a dope, great wrestler in the ring. But we don't recognize him as a promo guy. But we see his work in WCW, and we know that from the rip. So for that, I enjoy what you do in the ring, and I could care less about your promo. Even though promo is part of the wrestling package, but to me, I feel like your wrestling is more important than what you do on the mic than what you do in the ring. So that's my thoughts about it.
If we go there, I mean, I would consider myself a purist, but at the same time, I think you do need the promos, at least the promos, to bring the butts in the seats. You got you need to know before you see the match what you're about to invest in. Like, is this gonna be hatred, or is this gonna be a test of skills, or blah blah? And sometimes, like you're right about one thing. Sometimes some matches don't even need no promos because the story get told in the ring. Like, prime example, we are all from the States. We are Americans. But we can watch the New Japan or damn Lucha Libre match, don't know what the hell they saying, but the match will tell you the story. So I mean, it's the way it's depending on what wrestling you're watching. Where it's just the wrestling that does like I'm a big Japanese wrestling fan, and again, I don't need to know what the hell they're saying until like if it's the main event, and you know it all the Japanese wrestling. If you're in the main event, you're the last match, you guys send the people home by saying something. That's the only time you know what they're saying. Other than that, I can tell if it's hatred, if it's personal, blah, because it's in the ring. But over here in the States, what will put the butts in the seats most of the time is promos. I mean, we know who some of the best talkers that actually did that and did not even get us some of the best wrestling matches ever, but they're more remembered for talking than wrestling. I mean, I one name like this caught my mind was Dusty Rhodes. Dusty Rhodes could sell out a fucking arena with a promo, and I ain't gonna say he can't wrestle. I'll be dead if I say that because he did an hour marathon with Ric Flair, and that's hard to do doing an hour night after night. But over here, it seemed like you need to add that to your show. You need it more over here than anything. So, I mean, now other things you might not need. I mean, go back to the day before there was Vince McMahon. We have all this damn pyro and light show and shit. Everybody just walk your ass to the ring. Go to the ring. We go dark. We go put the spotlight in the ring, and that's it right there. Now you gotta have the theme music, the over the top characters, the pyro. You know. Oh, excuse me. Oh, you definitely gotta have the multi-time promos. Like everybody gotta talk. Like, I mean, think about this. AEW said they're gonna be different. I don't see nothing different for AEW. They doing whatever other wrestling organization doing. They having the multi backstages and the interviews. The same thing you see at the other show, or the same thing you see at the other show. You see it there. So in the States, you definitely need a promo. You definitely need a promo. But other than that, yeah. I definitely agree with that because Christian White was not a boring champion to me. He might have one boring match. That's him and Kane. I'm definitely gonna say that. I'm definitely gonna say that on here. It's on you.
All right. Well, yeah, I would say like when it comes to being a purist fan, I take that as a badge of honor because it was like for me, the matches that always stood out best were the ones where it was just the wrestler against himself or herself or a team against himself. Like we think about the great matches between Ric Flair, Rick Steamboat. We think about the Bret Hart's and Mr. Perfect. Yeah. Hell, even tag teams. Think about DIY and a revival when they bring it a little closer to the music. But it's just that when wrestlers got into the ring and they could tell the story, yeah, a promo would help. But then again, a lot of times there have been matches where promos and build up were great, but then the match fell flat. Of course, I think one of the largest examples we could think of Starrcade '97, Hollywood Hogan and Sting. Yeah. But then again, for every match like that, then you have a match where there was like an Ultimate Dragon Dean Malenko, which had very little build up, but the only thing was who was the best like non-heavyweight wrestler there is, depending on which term you want to use, junior heavyweight, cruiserweight, whatever you be. And they put on a hell of a matchup. And it's like, yeah, sometimes you want to hope for good promos and good match, but if you're gonna have one or the other, you more than want to have the good match because, hey, the build-up can be the most craptastic thing ever. But it's like but the match is the payoff, and if the payoff's good, then guess what? you can forget about all the BS that went into the build-up because the two men in the ring ultimately delivered.
Man, as soon as you said that, I thought about WrestleMania so fast. Like that was a poor build up, but we enjoyed the. I think night one we enjoyed just the fact we got the build up, the promos. We ain't feel nothing that whole hype. But we got to night one. I'm gonna say night one because I think that's when Sami Zayn versus
Johnny Knoxville.
I think that was night one. But you know what? It don't even matter. The WrestleMania as a whole, both nights was good. With this, again, maybe a shitty little ending, but that's another story. But but the build up for the show was not good. Everybody had the doubts. Had the doubts that we was like, oh shit, I'm not watching WrestleMania. We couldn't resist it. We all watched WrestleMania, even though we say we not. But the show itself, so the matches itself, the surprises, the celebrities actually showed up and all this stuff, worked their ass off. I like when he said that, I thought about that automatically. The build up, blah blah. And hell, just last night we had the same situation. The build up to Bobby Lashley, Austin Theory was not a good build up. It was like a pose down, oil thing. Like what the fuck? What? But the matches, like I said last night, probably the best match Austin Theory had in his main roster run so far was against Bobby Lashley last night, and probably the best match Bobby Lashley had. If I get really into it, that's to think about it. So yeah, a match could change the whole outlook of something that you probably thought would be terrible. And this is why I tell people. This is why I said those that's in the main event most of the time is not the best person in the company. It's always those that's under them. Like the like you mentioned the cruiserweights or some of those mid carders that our favorite title, the Intercontinental title, used to put butts in seats. Like we're talking about Intercontinental more. We're talking about the WWE title, you know. So we used to anyway. So I mean, the matches could change, but it's a rare. When I say a rare, especially these times where a promo and a good match is together.
The only one I can think of is CM Punk versus John Cena, the Money in the Bank of 2011. 2012. No, 2011.
There's a lot.
The pipe bomb one or the one right with the going home show? Because I like that one too. No one don't talk about that one.
I think it's all come together because the pipe bomb and the go home show, because with that height, with that build, you were looking forward to, because the pipe bomb still hold that weight, but we knew how CM Punk can wrestle. We knew, John Cena could wrestle, but for me as a purist, I just want to see my boy CM Punk, because he's one who brought me back watching ECW on Sci-Fi after I left watching the ECW after Sabu got disqualification. So when I went back, watch that one and see it, it's like, okay, that's my boy. So,
he just admitted on YouTube, wide world, because people gonna see this shit. It's documented. He just said he watched ECW on Sci-Fi.
Yeah. For the Steve Harvey, yo, you go on YouTube.
Yeah, because like, okay, let's keep that book. When ECW come back on Sci-Fi, we all thought that our baby is home, until we saw the whole thing. It went doo-doo. Because
you want to keep it a buck? You want to keep it a buck? I'll go keep it 100.
Mm-hmm.
When the so-called second night stand happened, and they let ECW kick WWE ass, like, y'all know this is a one night thing, right? Y'all know this is a one night thing. And it's like, what you mean one night? Like, yeah, the show is called One Night Stand. No. ECW dominating WWE? Really? With Vince still around? Y'all know this is a one night thing. They about to sabotage what we used to love already, because those that wanted ECW back, I know we about to go off the topic, but let me just say this. Those that want ECW back was not going to get that, because now, again, this is, y'all know, y'all, especially y'all two know where I'm going with this. How I hate it that they went public. they could not do what ECW used to do. They cannot go that far. Not with a shareholder company now. If this was Attitude Era pre-share, I said, fuck, yes, let's go with it. Titties everywhere. Let's go. Come on. They came out with that damn zombie.
Oh, yeah.
I said, I told you so. I told you so.
And even with Sandman whooping his ass.
Oh, I mean, I was glad for that because Sandman used to do that back in the day. If it was something stupid on ECW, you'd come out with that cane and fuck you up. And that was something stupid. I was like, okay, maybe they got the same recipe. That was stupid, blah, blah. But then I thought about something, and I was watching Wrestling with Regret, and he was talking about this. How we got mad at WWE for bringing out a zombie when back in the ECW had a fucking musketeer.
Oh God, I know you're talking about 2000 ECW. The musketeer. Oh yes, I remember that.
You see what I'm saying? So this is what us fans, and then you got those other fans. We are idiots sometimes. We just forget about certain things. You know?
Well, actually, some things are worth forgetting.
Right.
And that was definitely one of them.
Right.
I didn't even remember that name, Musketeer. But...
Right. You got to watch shit when motherfuckers doing like an old ass stuff like Wrestling Regret be doing. They be doing showing old throwback shit to see how fucking far we went from to now. And I started like, yo, we did have a musketeer, and then we did have a black Italian, and we had a country Italian, and all. You know, we was.
But hey, although the FBI was kind of silly at that point in time, like they were hilarious.
Everything was silly in ECW. We just.
But then again, we did have Sandman in a wetsuit at the first November to remember.
Oh my God, we had. Don't forget the Dudley Boys and Papa Dudley going around fucking everybody, and they had so many different children. I'm sorry, I kind of find out where I got that story from now. It was not Papa Dudley. It was Rocky Johnson.
Okay. Okay, what we not going to do, we ain't going to disrespect the great legend Rocky Johnson, our fourth national treasure of professional wrestling.
Listen here, I know where I'm at. I know where I'm at.
But
and
you know what?
I know my voice is going to be on YouTube. And if Rocky see this, it was a joke. Don't come at me with your Samoan Thor arms and try to put me in the people's elbow. Your daddy will.
Watch
the baby.
Watch right here, folks. Watch, we're going to bring this right back. But as much as we talked about ECW, even they had a little period of wrestling because let's remember one of the greatest series of all time, Eddie Guerrero, Dean Malenko, back in 1995. And remember, ECW was a place where at this time they were just transitioning into Extreme.
Yes.
Yeah. We saw the chairs, the tables, and all the caning and so forth. But here were Eddie and Dean basically just going out there having like a traditional wrestling match.
And I like that.
At first, the fans weren't receptive to it, but then gradually, the first match that they had against each other, then they started getting along to it. And it got to the point where when the finale came about, the fans literally did not want either man to leave the company.
This is why I say Philadelphia is the most underrated wrestling fans. I love Chicago. I love Chicago. I wish hell if it wasn't Chirac, I'd probably go live there. But
you can still go to Chicago. They're a safe place. That's the nice safe spot, not the Shy from Showtime or the Power.
Yeah, stay like River North. Stay like River North.
Yeah. ECW is a blend of purists. Like that's a good spot for purists because we look at ECW. What we think about extreme matches and hardcore matches. If you look back there earlier, the Eastern Championship Wrestling, they got some great wrestling matches. We can think about the matches, the promos there, yes, but do we remember all of it? Sometimes. But if you look at the match, okay. You remember all the promos.
No, not the promos, the matches.
The matches, okay.
I raised my hand because I used to get Eastern Championship Wrestling syndicated Cablevision Channel 34 Saturday nights before they went to Master Garden Channel as ECW Extreme. And that's when I found out Coco Beware was there. Superfly Jimmy Snicker as a heel was there. Morocco was doing his own thing there. Ron Simmons went there. Hawk was there. They had some names there that still could go. And I was a fan of it. I mean, hell, I think Terry Funk. In fact, and we go to that when they transitioned to ECW as Extreme Championship Wrestling. Just to go what Reese just said, even though they had the hardcore stuff, if you don't do that, you had to really know how to wrestle to get in that fan base, because if you fuck up or they're not feeling you, you're not gonna last there. I mean, think about Chris Jericho was there. Chris Jericho, remember, this is back then when people had to trade tapes to find out who the hell this person is. They knew who the hell Chris Jericho was. And Chris Jericho got a stand ovation. And then within his second or third match, he was the television champion. Like that. And like you said, Eddie Guerrero, Dean Malenko, let's not forget Chris Benoit, Shane Douglas, who always try to stay away from that hardcore shit. He always triple threat. Always try. He always tried. He like, I don't do that stuff, but if he got cheat, he'll do it quick.
I mean, you can't cheat. It's ECW. You can do whatever you want to do with it. And if you think about it, his promo, okay, me as a purist, I love Shane Douglas. He can wrestle his ass off. Yeah. He is a storyteller. Now, for his promos, yes, I can remember that. But as a purist, I could name up all the matches. Him against Taz, him against Bam Bam Bigelow, him, Tommy Dreamer, and Shane Douglas teaming up against the Impact player, the earlier Impact players.
Oh, I think you saw when he tagged up with him. We found out what's her name? What's the little Chinese? Yeah, and what's the name? They did the first ever lesbian angle. I was like, it was Shane Douglas that said she was sick with. Oh my God! Listen, if we gonna go by that, Shane Douglas is one of those rare guys, especially back then, that don't get enough flowers. But because he had the promos and he had the wrestlability. I remember he got heat for breaking the Pitbull's neck, and then fucked up his halo.
Yeah,
it's story, and then gave us the wrestling. I like, yo, that dude. We knew where his money maker was. It was in ECW, because once he left and went to WCW, yeah, they gave him the franchise market, but he was not the same franchise. Okay, let's get like that. Did he get some good matches in WCW? I think so. I love that match to him and Ric Flair. I loved it. I know. So
WCW, Shane Douglas, WCW, Revolutionary, ECW Shane Douglas. That's the only two best Shane Douglas we got. But for anybody, as any purist fan, we would recognize Shane Douglas as the ECW more than he was the Eastern Championship Wrestling and WCW, because his in-ring.
Well, Eastern Championship, he was pissed. He was pissed. Like, I mean, the best match before they turned to ECW was the Triple Threat match. Shane Douglas, Terry Funk, Sabu.
Yeah, the night
you had three different. Right, you had three different styles. You had the hardcore wild man of Sabu. You had the old school NWA of Terry Funk. And you had a pissed off. I got fired by that fucking Ric Flair, Shane Douglas, who was, I mean, he had Sherry Martel as a manager. Oh, we're giving y'all history today.
Wait. Or is Shane would probably call him Dick Flair.
Yes. We didn't know.
Yeah.
Yes. So I mean, it's this is like, now we like, if we give y'all some of the best wrestlers that y'all, I mean, you got to remember, it was a lot of great wrestlers, but at these times, it was larger than life people was getting all the shine, and you had to really love wrestling to understand, like people like you said, Dean Malenko, Eddie Guerrero, Ultimo Dragon, Got that Liger. Before he went to taking time bomb, Flying Brian could wrestle people.
Yep.
Flying Brian could wrestle. The
Hell,
Z
to a
Man.
point. Let's go to Austin while we're at it. because
Austin,
he was done,
yes.
Steve.
Yes, Austin. Before he changed his whole moniker and Austin. In fact, Austin showed that one time he faced Christian Wild on a SmackDown show that he could wrestle. He out wrestled Christian Wild, and we was like, oh yeah, he can wrestle. You gotta remember if you let somebody beat themselves, like you mentioned earlier on Hill, John Cena can wrestle people. He actually got more than 5 moves of doom.
Yeah.
He
I mean, I can name one wrestler, just incredible. He can wrestle, but he's more of a extreme technical wrestler because he was ECW guy, but he could put some great matches. Like I can remember him against Steve Corino, him against Lance Storm,
And Jerry Lynn.
Jerry Lynn.
with that
Jerry
Summer
Lynn.
Series.
Yeah, this is post jockstrap mask he used to wear. It's okay.
The Portuguese Man of War.
Yeah, jockstrap. I never call before once he took that off, cut that damn floppy top he had on, and I love the name Just Incredible. I was like, okay. And he had a little attitude, against someone that had something to prove, had a chip on his shoulder. Lance Storm. Let's not forget Lance Storm, Mr. Canadian himself. Let's be serious for a minute.
Calgary,
Yes.
Alberta, Canada.
Yes. I mean, there's a lot of people that's because they didn't have that personality, a la
Balls Mahoney. No, he got personality.
he got personality.
Well, actually, Lance would have been the perfect person to bring up.
I mean, it's more, but it's more
So,
to it. Like if we just stick into the state side.
well, let's go with one of the greatest champions ever,
Excuse me.
Bob Backlund.
Oh,
Because
man, listen.
before he went to Crazy Bob.
Oh, I mean, even with Crazy Bob, even with Crazy Bob, he still wrestled. Like that chicken wing was lethal. I come on, let's be honest. I know all of us try to put that show on our little cousins or little brothers or something. I put that up, and that shit. That's an amateur wrestling move. It hurts like hell. It hurts like your shoulder is popped. Bob Backlund is. I mean, we're not gonna say he's underrated, pure, because he was champion around the time. There was no pizzazz, no. You had to watch wrestling matches,
Yes.
So, you had to watch it.
But it was kind of like starting to get into that entertainment part, because let's remember who he beat for that title. It's Superstar.
Yes.
And it was like, he would be the classic case of here was a guy that was all pizzazz, but not a lot of technicality. Although he did have his moments here and there.
Oh, we talking about Superstar Billy Graham?
Yeah.
Superstar Billy Graham ahead of his time. But as a pure wrestler, no. I mean, I found that out personally because I was not. Come on now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, I might got the gray hair on my chin, but I never saw a Superstar Billy Graham WWF champion match until years later. But I did catch him when he was in NWA, and he was stiff as a board. And I was like, this was a champion, So, I got the DVD. I learned he was ahead of his time. Everything we see Hulk Hogan and Jesse Bobby Ventura was doing, Superstar was doing. But as a pure wrestler, I never saw. And the fact that he beat a pure wrestler to become champion as Bruno Sammartino, legend. And got beat by a pure champion of Bob Backlund. That's like a sandwich, like a pure wrestling sandwich that went wrong. So
another thing I think when it comes to purist wrestling fans is that we always remember matches that even if they're like 20, 30 years later,
I can think
still felt that excitement then. And then still feel it now. And like one of my personal favorites, and actually just mentioned both of these men, Flying Brian Juice Thunder Liger and Super Brawl in Milwaukee in February '92.
Yes.
And for American crowds, getting to see Liger for one of the first times in the States, I was like, yeah, there were times they actually cheered for him over Pillman, and like Brian was always one of the more popular guys in WCW.
Oh yeah, well he turned heel that night. he,
Yeah.
turned, he turned heel that night. All right, that's a good. That's a good segue to. I mean, since we talk about pure wrestling, what like it gotta be a lot of wrestling matches that we love that we still could talk about and watch today. And I like that one because that was a match that introduced me to Liger. But if I'm gonna say a match that still sticks to me, and WWE would never talk about it, but I don't need them to because I got DVD and y'all put it on y'all damn Peacock, so I don't give a fuck. Kurt Angle, Chris Benoit, Royal Rumble, Wrestling Clinic.
That was a classic one. I would give you.
When you think about it, this is WWE. This is sports entertainment. We don't do wrestling. Oh, they did wrestling. They did wrestling that night.
Okay, I got one better.
Go with it.
ECW in 2000. ECW 2000 is for the vacant ECW television title. Yoshihiro Tajiri versus Super Crazy versus Little Guido. Three-way dance.
The famous three-way dance.
I remember that. I got that on my tape. And I can watch that on ECW or YouTube or Peacock. That match was great. All three of them know each other. They know how to wrestle, and they don't need promo. We see them three-step in the ring. They know where to stay because RVD got injured because of Rhino, and ECW television title.
Good international flair.
Three different styles of wrestling: Lucha Libre, Japanese, and Guido showed that he could wrestle. I'm sorry, but I before that match or before that rivalry, I did not like Lil Guido. I like this little motherfucker. Pluck his ass. I did not like him. But that match, he became the shooter that night. Like he did some amateur. He showed he got some amateur background. I met Lil Guido when he was Nunzio on SmackDown. I used to work at the airport, and I told him about that. Like my favorite matches was not of you in WWE. It was in ECW. Super Crazy Tajiri. If you have a chance, would you do it again? This is before One Night Stand. This is before One Night Stand. He said he would do it. I was like, fucking A, please. Now, you already had two of them in the company. You had him and Tajiri in the company. So all you need was Super Crazy. Super Crazy came after One Night Stand. I was like, oh, you son of a bitch. Well, they did it anyway, so cool.
Yeah.
Even though Super Crazy got a little chubby, a little chub.
But,
hey.
Here's the thing: is like, and the reason why is because, and I'm trying to remember what his name was, even for Little Guido. I think it was Demon Stone, if I remember correctly. But yeah, he was around in really early days of ECW. So
wasn't he like a jobber though? He was like the one that's getting
Because then that's when him and JT first formed the original FBI.
Oh
yes. That's another person that's very underrated. JT, man, he used to wrestle his ass off before he got a little attitude. he got a little attitude, man. Like they used to have him wrestle early days of Eastern Championship Wrestling. But they had, at this time, they're trying to be character based, and he thought, since he knew a lot of mafia movies, he thought he was a fucking Guido, and he thought he was a mafia man. And he said, I got a character for you, a black Italian. You never saw that before, have you? Not in the wrestling, and it worked. It worked, but it went past him after that.
Yeah.
So if we stick to the purist wrestling, this is why I'm a big fan of Jonathan Gresham. I'm a big fan of Zack Sabre Jr. Daniel Bryan, when he's not being a little vicious midget, he's one of the best damn wrestlers. Dude, listen, I've been a fan of his. They bring out all these guys' music. I want the final countdown. Brian would come out the final countdown, and it's over. I'm telling you, that was a vicious. People start calling him a GOAT. Okay, that's WWE now. That's Daniel Bryan. Bryan Danielson will fuck you up. You're right. He would kill you. So
we knew that from his Ring of Honor days. Like I read a book, great book, but I watched his matches. Like that's a definition of the purest. Hell, Ring of Honor got what? The pure championship.
And I'm
So
so
we
happy when they brought that back, bro.
Yeah.
When they brought that back during the pandemic, I was like, damn, we can't really get to enjoy it like we want to because no one's there. But we get to see the back. What you know? What one thing this pandemic did teach us as wrestling fans: appreciate the wrestling.
yes.
We had no noise, no nothing. We had to appreciate the wrestling. I like, oh shit, this is a little different. I mean, okay, I get with it. And when Ring of Honor said they're gonna bring that Pure title back, I went to YouTube and started watching some old Pure matches. I watched AJ Styles. I watched Jay Lethal. I watched Nigel McGuinness, who was like one of the longest reigning Samoa Joe.
Actually, McGuinness was the longest reigning.
Okay, was.
Yeah.
You know, he's the longest reigning almost everything.
He just edges. Yeah, he just edged out Gresham for longest reign.
All right, you know, right now the Pure title is trying to make a comeback. It is. I mean, I'm sorry, not trying, but it made a comeback strong. Gresham was champion. The Foundation was a good name. I love that. He took that belt with him everywhere he went. He defended that Pure title, so they came back, lost it to
Woods.
Yeah, Woods lost it to Willie Euler. Willie Euler is taking that title. I think my prediction might come true. I don't know about y'all, but Daniel Garcia is a pure wrestler. He's not a sports entertainer. He's gonna take that belt. I like that they brought that back. I think it should be one of those belts that's gonna pick up Ring of Honor like it used to.
I would just say like what I considered a Ring of Honor Pure title too. How we viewed the Intercontinental title back in like the real heyday of WWE, like in the 80s and 90s stuff.
Yeah.
Or maybe the NWA Television Championship.
I'm gonna say both.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say both because the television title had a time limit, and you had to beat that champion within that time limit on TV. And the Intercontinental title, you worked your ass off. You got to follow us. You got to follow the Intercontinental title match. You could your name on the seats, but you got to follow the Intercontinental title match, a la WrestleMania 3. Macho Man, and the Dragons, Steamboat, which is still talked about that. These guys got the hurrah while Hogan and Andre said at the table like, "Well, about us, we did a good job. Well, come talk to us." No, they did a great job. You know what I mean? Yeah. Pure wrestling. That was a mixture of pure wrestling and what we know today as a little bit of high flying, just a little bit.
If we're talking about titles, we gotta throw in Never Overweight Championship. You can't get any more pure than that because I could pull out a whole.
I don't call that a pure title. I call that I'm gonna kick your ass title. That title.
That's what's all about.
Man, listen. Man,
pure. Come on. Okay.
That's a pure ass whooping.
Okay.
That title, you better whoop some ass.
Okay, I give you two different examples. Kota Ibushi versus Will Ospreay. That's a pure style match. Even though he did give that boy an elbow back in the head.
Once remember for that match, that hit blade put the Ibushi had was like this with his eyes open. I ain't gonna say that because you all lie. He's like he see, yo, the Never Overweight title to me. Okay, if you want to go pure, I'm gonna say pure ass whooping title because people like Shibata, Ishii, Makabe, Evil, Goto, Suzuki's a two-time. Suzuki, Shingo, even Taichi. Even Taichi.
Oh,
I'm not gonna name Naito, but I am gonna name the guy he beat, which we all know from ECW, FMW. Which was I think he was the first champion, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
To beat Machine Gun.
Okay, so and now Machine Gun got it, but those guys represent a whole different of beast. Those ones, I mean, think about this one minute. Some of the best. All right, we're gonna talk about New Japan. Some of the best matches comes from that damn title to me. Shibata against Ishii, Wrestle Kingdom. Was it 9? I think it was 9. Yeah, 9.
Yeah.
9. One of the best matches on that card. Just 2 years ago, right now, Jeff Cobb Shingo for the No Ogoy title. Night 1. Awesome.
Hold on, I gotta correct that one because Wrestle Kingdom 9 it was Makabe Ishii.
Okay, so that's Wrestle Kingdom 10 then.
Yeah.
Fucking still, I mean, the fact that these motherfuckers kick each other and then sit down and say, "Come on," and like, "Whoa, wait, what? Pow!" Did he sit down? Pow! Come on! All right, pow! I'm like, "Yo, wait, what kind of title is this?" It just turned to something else. Well, I get what you're saying because that belt is first of all, it's no weight class to that belt. That's like you just mentioned. At the time, Will Ospreay was a junior heavyweight, which transitioned to heavyweight. I remember Show before he went all murder, whatever he is now. He went after it, and he looked damn good after it. You know, a lot of junior weights went after that belt too. So yeah, I can see that as a pure. I'm not going. I was just joking, but if you want to talk serious, talk about it. I do consider it as a pure title in New Japan. I mean, but what? Let's go to the promotion. A lot of people don't talk about. DDT got a title that. All right, we all know what DDT is all about. But when you want to wrestle, when you want to wrestle, that KO title, that title, one of the best matches they still talk about is Kenny Omega against Kota Ibushi for that title.
Yeah, we saw women fight for the title. We saw Mao against the last champion who got slapped. That match was classic. that match was classic. We remember the build-up, but we remember the match. See, like the titles, the match, the wrestlers. Yeah. That itself is come together as a pure. And if you look at it, like, people will say, okay, what's the difference between purists and pro wrestling fan? Well, you look at it this way: purists, they look at in-ring, match, and promo in order. Pro wrestling fan, promo, character, in-ring abilities, and matches. For me, I look at the match. Okay, we can throw in the money as well, or business-wise. For me as a purist, I'm looking at your in-ring ability. I could look at the matches, and your promo will come in later. That's me. Because I could let's bring up Nakia Lyons. I look at her matches. I said, okay, her match can work a little bit better, but her in-ring ability is good. And her promo, we ain't gonna forget about the promo. Now, the pro wrestling fans, we're gonna talk about that cake. We're gonna talk about the character.
That girl gave me a sweet tooth. Get diabetes watching her.
We talk about that. But we look at Jade from AEW. Oh, we could talk about her in-ring ability in her match. And yes, her promo strong, but her in-ring ability is up there. It's not perfect, but it's
getting better.
Close to, it's getting better. We could say that. Now, we would talk about pro wrestling fan, the cat from WWF.
Oh God.
We could talk about her promo and the character. But the in-ring oh God, her in-ring skills?
You're right, skin.
It's nowhere near.
But you know what? Let's go with that. Okay. Purists. We talk about the wrestling matches. We don't talk about nothing else. We don't talk about the build-up. We talk about wrestling. And pure example for me was how everybody loved NXT Black and Gold. How they was pissed off because that was pretty much wrestling, and this is what I tell
WWE's banner,
right? And this is what I tell people: like, you want to know why they did what they do people when they get called up, because that's all NXT worried about was wrestling. They never worry about the character because you ain't had to. You got these guys from the indies that work their character in the indies, so all you gotta do is bring in the wrestling. Hell, NXT brought wrestling fans back to WWE because it was more about the wrestling. I honestly, because you honestly can't tell me before they did this 2.0 that they had a bad takeover. Those takeovers sold the hell out. And every match the crowd was into it. I don't think you had one terrible match unless something wrong
It's
happened.
like, yeah. Well, I can think of a couple of Shaynas that kind of. Yeah.
I could think of Bianca Belair, but that's a different story. you know,
That was the one I
Undefeated.
was thinking about. But
right? The
shit.
Shayna Bella, Bianca, and she would tell you right now how pissed off I was at that match. Like she was not ready. Look at her now, though. You see what I'm saying?
True.
Look at how she evolved, how she grew and stuff. Now she's the main chick, But
But
I just
I'll throw one better for you when it comes to like pro wrestling fans and pure. Like, and actually, this is one that where we tie in together.
Hmm.
Y'all remember the day when? Now I got to remember all the events that happened, and it was all on the same day. We started off watching New Japan Royal Quest. Then right after it was NXT UK Takeover Cardiff,
mhm.
and
Oh,
then that
yes.
night we all went in with All Out.
That was a beautiful day of wrestling.
Ooh, oh my lord! I remember it
That
was in
was
August, right?
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was a that
August
was
31st,
two what
Yes.
two
2019.
years 3 years ago, right?
Yeah,
That was a beautiful day of wrestling.
Ooh.
I'm the
yeah,
I mean, if
and,
a purist was drooling,
and I'll tell you this right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially I'll say like and I'm trying to find a Royal Quest card, but definitely when it came to UK Takeover,
hmm
the Tyler Bate Walter match. And I'm gonna say this is why I feel sorry for NXT UK. Had all not happened later that night, I was like, Tyler Bate versus Walter would have won match of the year. And then also G1 Climax, I think something. I forgot what eventually won match of the year for that year, but yeah.
I think I think it was I think it was either Walter versus Pete Dunne or
Oh no, because nah, it was either something from AEW or something from New Japan that won match of the year because I was like,
oh wait, hold on. If it
that's
was
what I was saying. I was trying to remember what came later
If it was
because
New Japan, it had to be something with Kota Ibushi or Naito, because that was like the talk of the year with those two. Those motherfuckers trying to kill themselves over that beautiful Intercontinental title. And they trying to kill
Yeah.
themselves over that. And if it was something AEW, it had to be with Kenny.
yeah,
Probably Kenny and Hangman against the Young Bucks, or was that the next year? I think that was the next
yeah,
year. No, that was
and,
that was 2019.
yeah. But let's go through. Here we go. With the New Japan with the Royal Quest.
Mm.
Okay, you had Okada Suzuki for the IWGP World's title. You had Tanahashi winning the Rev Pro British title from ZSJ. You had Kenta winning the Never Openweight title from Ishii.
Can we pause right there
Yep,
for a minute?
go.
Let's remember this for a minute. Let's remember this for a minute. This man got a concussion that match. Kenta got a concussion that match and continued and won.
Yep.
They did do no X sign. They do nothing. He got concussion. Continued the whole match. You see Kenta looking like far away and still going with Ishii.
Yeah.
And even though God came out at the end and kind of called, he finished the match. I just want to bring that up because that match, I was worried for him. You worried for wrestlers when they got that far away look, and Kenta had that far away look. I was like, God damn, he looking so far away.
I could feel it. I'm like, that ball all right. DJ some
Yeah.
game. He all right.
Yeah. And of course, speaking of God, of course, they would defeat Aussie Open for the tag team or to retain the tag team titles. Yeah, Naito Sonata defeating Switchblade and Chase Owens. Yeah, Osprey and Robbie Eagles defeating ELP and Ishimori. And you had Kota and Juice defeating Hikuleo and Takahashi. And they had Roppongi 3K defeated Taguchi, Shota, and Renarita.
Mm-hmm.
And keep in mind, that was just the Royal Quest card.
Early in the morning. You start
Yeah.
your show before the sun come up here over here in the States. And then we had our afternoon lineup, which was NXT UK. I think that was Blackpool.
Yeah, it's Cardiff.
Okay, Cardiff.
And here we go, just for this one kicked off with Supernova 11 Noam Dar defeating Travis Banks. In a scheduled match, he had Cesaro defeating Ilya Dragunov.
Oh yes,
right there. Okay, let's pause right there. Right there, I think Cesaro should have stayed in NXT UK.
Hey, I know a lot of people wanted him to stay.
I want to say, tell me you don't see him versus Walter.
Dude, them uppercuts and them chops.
Oh my god!
If he was staying NXT, he would be NXT UK champion. He will hold that title a little bit longer.
Yep. I like he should stay there. Look at the response he got when he came out. Look at the match he had with Dragunov. I think actually he made Dragunov a fucking legend after that match because Dragunov could go. As we know, but I was like, if he stayed there, I see him at least let him get one match with Walter. Let me get that. But they did wrestle. They wrestled in a house show over there. Yep. I was like, I wish they would have done that on TV because I wanted to see it instead of seeing highlights of it. But
because like I said, man, between them uppercuts and them chops, and I was like, and this is the thing though.
This is Big Walter, not that Ethiopian Walter we see now.
Not
Ethiopian Walter. That made new character Ethiopia. Yeah. The 40 cents edition.
Ethiopia Gunther.
Then of course tag team titles is Mandrews and Flash Morgan Webster, the Cardiff Boys themselves, defeated GYV and Gallus to win the tag titles.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Yeah, and I was like, I was like cool because I always like Mark Andrews.
Yeah. He you know what I would love. I think I call him and Will Ospreay like mirror image of each other. They almost did the same damn moves and shit. I would love to see. I do remember they wrestled each other in Progress, but I would love to see it in another stage. You know, Mark Andrews, especially he came back at the I think breaking his neck the first year of NXT UK. Damn,
I think so.
Yeah, he injured his neck, not broken, but he did something to his neck.
Yeah, and then of course then we had that last man standing match, which the ropes broke within the first 30 seconds. Where
I remember
of course,
that.
of course, Joe Coffey defeating Bomber Dave Mastiff, Kaylee Ray defeating Tony Storm to win the UK Women's Championship.
Started a beautiful run.
Yeah,
started a beautiful
run. He had a
run.
forever champion.
Yeah,
and then of course, main event, Walter would defeat Tyler Bate. Yeah.
Big boy.
Yeah.
Big strong boy. Big strong boy. I mean, see, now I told people this. Go back and watch the Wilmington show of Progress and then watch that match. I don't know which one is better. It's almost the same. But he was even doing the damn big strong boy shit on there. I was like, oh, y'all just gonna redo the whole damn match, aren't y'all? But he did something different. I was like, it don't matter. Yeah. Pure match is a pure match. That junk was good. It was a good match.
And plus, you had you believe in Tyler Bate was going to win that match because unlike Walter had the power bomb, he hit the splash, he could not beat him until finally he hit he hit a clothesline. I think Stan Hansen would have been jealous of.
You know, looked like he smashed his jaw inside. You like this and shit. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
it was a good match, but we'll really give a Debbie Downing. It was stretched too long. And the purists, it's like, okay, we can tell a good story, but it feel like, okay, now you're just running out. But it was a great match. I'm not knocking it, but it's kind of like, hey, brother, come on. You take too long.
It's sometimes like it's a lot of matches like that. I mean, it's a lot of matches.
Especially like the main event scene.
Yeah, like y'all. understand, like when you telling the story, but okay, you kind of drag it down to like we don't want to see this match no more. All
That's
right, don't
what
do
I
this.
feel like it.
Don't
Yeah.
do this again. Don't do this
Yeah.
again. And,
But you know what? There's always a catch-22 with that because I feel like sometimes, especially like championship matches, I feel like those should always be a little bit longer, or like I think even if I'm going for a non-title match, Kurt Angle, Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 21,
oh yeah,
like matches like that should be the long match of a night.
you get a match. You get a match that says when the crowd say "fight forever."
Yeah.
Those are matches you like. Okay, now end it right there. End it right there. When we start, no, because think about this woman. Think about my theory here.
Yep.
When you got us to that point and we say "fight forever," stop it, because then we're gonna want more.
Yep.
But if you keep going and keep going, then we go like, okay, stop.
Mhm.
We ain't gonna say fight forever, no, we're gonna say stop. So
Yeah.
if you cut it right there, I mean, I think Shawn Michaels, Kurt Angle is a perfect example. Because as soon as they said fight forever, you notice, did you notice that when the super kick came and he put that damn ankle lock, they ended the match?
Yeah.
And then we got the rematch later down the road because Shawn Michaels was like, I promise you, I'm gonna give you that rematch back. And holy hell, did he get that rematch back? And then it went again. And so they said, fight forever, Shawn Michaels, super kick, pow, won. And they're like, hold up, they got to end this. This 1-1 now. I mean, that's a good thing to do. You got to learn how to play. Sometimes wrestling companies got to learn how to play with the audience.
Yep.
And if you do it right, not doing stupidly, if you do it right, the rematch will be beautiful. I mean, again, Shawn Michaels, Undertaker. They WrestleMania
25.
25.
Mm.
We got to that fight forever thing. Fight forever. Showtime. End it. We wanted more. They made us wait a whole goddamn year. They teased us that whole damn year. And we got the rematch at WrestleMania. That main event. That ended. Okay. Supposedly ended Shawn Michaels' career. All right. I mean, that's how you're supposed to do it. Now you got this indie scene that's coming up where we say fight forever. These motherfuckers take it seriously. Oh, they said fight forever? Sure, why not? Let's go. No, end it right there. End it right there. First of all, make me pissed off. Piss me off. Piss me off like y'all really ended it. We just said fight forever. We want to see we want to see it. That's just, I don't know if that's just me on that, but I think it's like
I would find like a balance on this one, like bring the match a little close to the end, but yet still, extend the match, but don't overdo it. Like
don't
maybe do it
the
like
kickouts too close to the kickouts. You play with the kickouts and shit.
Yeah.
Okay, prime example. Will also Jay White versus Kota Ibushi of this year. Yeah, Wrestle Kingdom this year or last year.
Last year.
Last year. Damn, so far away. Last year, because that match was dramatic because we got this back and forth style. We see Kota Ibushi in the God mode, and we're all saying, "No, down, sit your ass down." And then you get the two guys fight each other, and like, damn, they go hard in the paint. And then after the match ended, you see Jay White still fight the referee. It's like, I want to see it fight forever. They ain't over it.
Yeah.
That's a perfect example. Other ones, John Cena versus CM Punk on Raw.
Oh no! I'm about to say John Cena versus Shawn Michaels on Raw.
Yeah,
in London. When Randy Orton, I guess, fucked up the hotel room, so like, all right, go home. Go home. And they let Shawn Michaels and John Cena do a whole damn hour on Raw. Which, if you think about it, that's the match that actually brought Chris Jericho back. As he said that match is the match that brought him back to wrestling. Like, remember, he was doing all his shit. He was doing his Fonzie. He was doing all these TV shows. And again, like I think I told Chris this last night on his podcast. Like, listen, those are the guys that got Vince McMahon on speed dial. And he called Vince. He said, "I'm ready to come back." Blah blah blah. A purist wrestling match on WWE programming made Chris Jericho come back to wrestling.
And that was even longer than the WrestleMania match.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was non-title.
Yep.
Non-title. So now I was gonna go with another New Japan match which did this kind of up and down with my ass, which was Kenny Omega versus Okada.
Yep.
Kenny Omega versus Okada went 46 minutes the first time he went around.
Yep.
And I was like, damn, we need a rematch. So then we get a rematch in June. That's when I said, okay, this y'all going too far. Y'all going too far because y'all went 46, so y'all want to go an hour. Okay, so I'm like, all right, I don't want to see no more. But then they had to wrestle each other in G1, and Kenny beat him in a 30-minute match, or I think 30-minute or less match. And he beat him. I was like, wait a minute, hold on, now I want more. And then we got the damn match later on. I was like, okay, y'all fucking doing fucking bounce on my ass and shit. And we ain't getting no more. We got 4 matches. Yeah, we got 4 matches between them. One started off good, then one got too long. It was still a classic. Then you had to speed it up because of the G1. But that played in Kenny Omega's favor because I think he's faster than Okada. And then the hour and 5-10 minute match that they had.
The 2 out of 3 falls.
I was like, God, okay, I think we're done here. Yeah, y'all exhausted me. Okay. But like you said, this is what happens when you, especially, but if it's a good purist match, if it's a good pure match, we want more. It don't even matter if it's long or short. Not short, but because that's not a pure match, that's just a squash. But a pure match that could tell a good story, that could get you mostly invested. You want to see it forever. But I say play with your ass. You want to see it forever? Haha. You wait till next year. Pow! 1, 2, 3. You know? Because we're still talking about hey, what's up, Derek? Derek just said, what about Adam Cole and Johnny Gargano?
Oh yeah, especially like their takeover. Yeah, speaking of great takeover matches.
Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, I like Johnny when Johnny won the title, which was supposed to be him and Ciampa. But Adam Cole stepped in. They had the 2 out of 3 falls, but you had to know it was going to be something else. So that was but who knew it was going to be good like that?
Yeah,
you know, they wrestled each other before, but it was really good. Then Adam Cole took the belt from him, which was another good one. But that last match in the steel cage,
2 out of from the 3 stages of hell.
Oh my God! Yeah, we saw some street fighting, some weapons, but it was still pure too. So they
and you know, there could be another thing right there, and that sometimes you can still be a pure match with a violent stipulation, with the cage or with a street fight or something like that, because we think of one of the most highest rated matches of all time. Terry Funk, Ric Flair, I Quit match from Clash 9. Yeah.
What the fuck are you showing our age?
Yeah, I know.
Hey, I'm 33. I'm good. I'm 33.
Yeah. I also one that just had a birthday here, so I'm like,
I'm the youngest.
Again, happy birthday to the Rocket Reese here. On his weekend. I like that. I like that one.
But yeah, and there was the thing, because this was a classic blow off to a rivalry that was like 6 months, but it was like, even though I think they are still under the no bleeding policy over on Turner at this point in time, because he always had him during certain points of the year or whatever. Yeah. But the thing was, Flair and Terry still knew how to communicate the hatred to the audience watching it, not only in the arena, but also watching at home. And it was like, you still kept it, like you still brought a technical wrestling aspect of it, but yet you still communicated, all right, this has gotten to the point where now I want to make this man quit. I think I'm going to beat him so badly that I'm going to make the man say, that's it, I quit. I don't want to fight you anymore. This is the last time. And it was like I think that's why that like if you do it right, matches that are kind of no disqualification, like stipulations,
Mhm.
could still show that hey, all right, yeah, you're kind of it's kind of like has a street fight aesthetic,
Mhm.
but you can still like wrestle.
You know what?
Mhm. I got-
I got one for you. I was when you said that, and I don't know why. I think this is probably my favorite Hell in a Cell match. Shawn Michaels, Triple H,
Oh,
Bad Blood. Oh
because
yep.
shit.
yeah, they
Hold
did
up. I
not
got the DVD.
go outside the cage. They did
Nope.
not climb up the cage. They kept it in the ring or in within the confines of the Hell in a Cell, and they beat each other's ass to the point that they passed out, and Triple H just fell on top of
Yeah.
them.
That match went damn near an hour.
Damn near an hour in the Hell in a Cell. Who the hell does an hour in the Hell in a Cell except for Triple H and Shawn Michaels? Best friends. Best friends. How they say your bestest friend will hit you hard.
Good friends, better enemies.
Wait,
Derek said
47
47
minutes.
minutes. It went 47 minutes.
I could do one better. Matter of fact, two matches. Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa in a
Copper
unsanctioned
street
match.
fight. Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh yeah.
That
Oh God.
that was a purest match with a great story. And then Batista versus Triple H Hell in a Cell match at Vengeance.
I'm sorry. When I think about that match, I think about that damn barbed wire wrapped around the chair. I'm like, who the fuck something about that shit? Not even Captain Jack ever did no shit like that. I mean, I thought about every time someone mentioned it, I'm sorry, y'all, but when they mentioned that match, I start laughing, giggling like.
That was classic. Those are two
But-
pure matches, right? They were two pure storylines, and it was great. It was like that's a match I go back and watch it over again. Now, can we watch the same thing Hell in a Cell of this era? Fuck no. I mean, hell no. We
I got one more for you.
No.
I got one more cell
I'm not
for
gonna
you.
shit on what we just saw this year. I know I'll go get you on the first goddamn episode. Thirsty Jacks. Shush.
Before we go to
You
Thirsty
see it
Jack
though.
mode, I'm trying to bail him out of this one. I'll try to bail him out for this one. But I got one other cell match. WrestleMania 28, Taker Triple H.
That was to me should have been the end.
Yeah.
People don't understand what I say by that. That should have been the end. That was 20-0.
Yep.
yes.
That was the true essence of end of an era.
Yes. All three of them hooked up together.
Shawn Michaels out the game. Triple H, that could have been a good send off for you to go just do the office thing. Undertaker, that was it. That could have been your swanton right there. The hell, it should have been it. The story that was told, Shawn Michaels emotional, unbalanced. Triple H wanted to really kill that streak, not just for Shawn, but for himself, because he had him beat the year before, but he got sucked in that damn triangle choke or Hell's Gate, whatever you call it. and for Undertaker to finally cut his hair, we all knew he was balling. But the fact that he came with that mohawk, and I was like, you know.
And not only that, but there's also the fact that this was one of the rare times Undertaker actually challenged somebody at WrestleMania. Because remember, he got stretchered out the previous year because of the punishment, especially because of the Triple H trying to tombstone him and whatnot.
Oh yeah, he did not feel like the winner, especially no one ever had me stretch her out. And I said, when he said that, you fucking liar. Don't try to forget John Gonzalez did that shit to you in WrestleMania 9. I know we don't want to talk about it, but you was in the stretcher. But I know what he's getting at. But the thing I like about, like I said, like you said, he never challenged nobody at WrestleMania. And he didn't feel like the winner. He said, my hand was raised, but you walked out. I was in the stretcher. And yes, Undertaker had the ugliest ass wig from the blackest beauty shop, wherever he found that at. But still, he came out, he challenged him, blah, blah. He knew exactly what to say to make Triple H accept that challenge. And then the story commenced in the ring. And I think that should have been his swan time. I think that should have been it right there.
I want to say something. Every time Shawn Michaels all squished up after he gave Undertaker,
Oh God.
he remind me of that chick from Player Club, and she got scared by Diamond when she stand by that corner. That's who Shawn Michaels remind me of. I'm like, why he standing like a Tyler Perry character? Get your ass up!
No.
And shaking. She's
about
like,
it. Because
Oh God, Jesus, help me, Lord, help me.
because remember when? Because remember, Undertaker warned him.
yeah.
You better call this match down the middle.
Wait. What's the key word he said?
Yeah.
Keep it pure.
Yep.
Yes.
Keep it pure. If you don't, I will end you. Motherfucker, he kicked him. He kicked him. Oh shit.
Yeah.
He's
But
gonna
wait a
kick my
minute. But in
ass.
fairness, though, remember. Oh, I gotta throw a little something on that one though, because
Yeah.
remember, Undertaker struck first. Because remember, when when Triple H was telling Shawn end the damn match. Because
Yeah.
remember, he was telling Shawn, "You don't end him, I will." And
yeah.
Shawn was thinking about it, but then he remembered Undertaker's warning, and then at one point he wanted to check on it, and he's telling, "Please let me stop it." And then Undertaker put the Hell's Gate up on Shawn.
I understand that, but a Hell's Gate and a foot to the fucking chin.
Yeah.
Oh shit, he kicked down. He gonna fuck me up.
Yep.
Lord, help me, please. Help me, please. Help me, please.
Yeah. But you know what else though? But what else sold that was because he knew that now, if that didn't put him down, it was like he knew Triple H was also going to do something worse. But at the same time, he also knew Taker was going to do something worse to Triple H.
A super kick to a pedigree, and this man kicked out with slobber all over his chin. I was like, y'all done fucked up now. That old man is pissed. You see the foam come out of his mouth? And then, once the sledgehammer got into it, I was like, that might do it.
Except for one thing. Yeah. Deadman got his hands on it first.
Oh, yeah. And I always tell people, let me tell you who introduced the sledgehammer to the WWE first. Undertaker and Kane introduced the sledgehammer to the WWE first. So Triple H, you don't know nothing. You only know a little bit from what Undertaker know with that sledgehammer. But I love that was a pure, especially when he said keep it pure. Yeah, that was a good storyline, and keeping it inside Hell in a Cell, did not do nothing crazy. It's a lot of places, violent matches that was pure. Yeah. It was violent, but it was pure. Like it was in the midst of what the match stood for. I could go with something that happened on Raw. The Wyatt family against the ECW originals.
Oh God,
that was all over the place, and I was like, "Well, it's told a good story," So it's something that I know somebody gonna say, "Well, I thought y'all said pure wrestling, blah blah." But if it's in the context of the stipulation of the match, and they still doing pure stuff in the match. Hell, we could go to Royal Rumble 2000 with Triple H against Cactus Jack.
That's my favorite match. That was my favorite championship match of all time. I could go back and watch it over again because.
Oh yeah. Between that one, the year before that one with Rock and Mankind, those were one of my best matches, one of my best title matches in WWE. Yeah. But
of course,
Triple H was a pure man. He was a pure wrestler. No one knows he could go that far. But he still tried to do technical wrestling in a street fight. And with the sense of the chair shots he gave Mick Foley. Yeah. And Mick Foley crazy ass Cactus Jack persona. Y'all know how far he could go.
Yeah.
And it was pure.
I throw another match at you. Although this one probably not as remembered as its predecessor. How about Shawn Michaels, Razor Ramon at SummerSlam?
The ladder match?
Ladder match 2?
Yeah.
Match 2.
You know what? I like that ladder match better than WrestleMania 10 ladder match because this one is more cleaner. This was more pure, as we all talked about. Yeah. And this is more of the storyline. Who's the better wrestler? WrestleMania 10, we just got introduced to it. We just like newborn.
I'm about to say WrestleMania 10 is in my heart since I was there. Yeah. That was my first and only WrestleMania, and I would say the SummerSlam was more in a sense because both of them was baby faces.
Yep.
Shawn Michaels at the time was probably the highest at that time was at the highest height as his kind of champion, and he had to erase that demon. He had to erase that demon. That's the match that everybody talk about that you lost. That's the match that everybody's talking about that you lost. That he had to get that win back, and I think they did way more than they did the first match. I mean, but
they had to like change it a little bit because, and this was a tricky thing because the weekend of that show, like right in between when their final airings for Superstars and stuff happened, Vince got nailed with an ordinance saying, yeah, about the ladder thing. Yeah, you can't hit it with the ladder. So what they did at the last moment, yeah, I know. It's like one of those crazy things. So it's like, yeah, if Shawn and Scott were both complaining about it, it's like, wait a minute, it's a ladder match. I got to use the ladder with it. It's like, nope, can't do it. Yeah, because Pennsylvania State Athletic Commission came down on it. Was like,
yeah, that's when they still thought it was kind of, still thought it was, yeah. See,
so
that's the beauty about old kayfabe.
Up, yeah, yeah. So the beauty of it was that they did a lot more moves off of the ladder instead of like using the ladder as an actual weapon.
Yeah, I mean that's why I say I think I would say it was better for one what we're talking about pure, and then I think they did way more in that match than they did the first one. Like Hill said, that first match was introduced the ladder match. It's not the first ladder match in WWF, but I think it's the first ladder match in a pay-per-view point. And you got Shawn Michaels, who's majorly influenced on Lucha Libre. It's not a lot of people don't want to admit, but yes, he is majorly influenced on Lucha Libre, being from Texas, San Antonio, and being trained by a luchador. And Scott Hall, who is Scott Hall, God rest his soul, very underrated wrestler. And he has some great pure matches as well. Let's get it there. But I think I'm gonna agree with the SummerSlam match was way better just because they couldn't do what, like you said, couldn't use the ladder. I didn't know that. I thought they just chose not to use the ladder because they both were baby faces, and they're like, "We're not gonna cheat.
I didn't know it either until I didn't know it until I was actually reading in Heartbreak and Triumph. So.
Oh, okay.
Oh, damn! My brother got that DVD. Matter of fact, I can go back and watch it on Peacock.
Yeah, I got the DVD too, but I didn't know they talked about that on the DVD. I gotta watch that now.
Yeah, they talk about it in the. I think they talk about it more in the book more than the DVD.
But, the book version.
Yeah. But also like another match, and if to bring me back full circle to go to All Out. How about Lucha Bros Young Bucks for the Triple H titles in that ladder match?
That was a pure ladder match. Now, I would say
go ahead.
This different kind of different style pure. You got strong style pure, you got the technical pure, and we got pure with stipulation. That ladder match, we all know what Lucha Bros could do. We all know the Young Bucks could do because the history with Ring of Honor, with the Ladder Wars. Lucha Bros, we see what they could do at Lucha Underground and Triple A and their style match. If we put the two together, that's an all-star slam dunk contest of all ladders of all ladder matches. And the way they do it, they killed it. Hell, they killed it a lot better than Ladder Wars. So if you do it a bigger platform like All Out, All Out, that's the definition of it, All Out, because they had to go all out for that Triple A tag team title, not the AEW tag team title, but the Triple A tag team title.
Yeah, they had those yet.
They made those titles important, and the fans remember that. And that match, warmed my heart. And if I could go back and watch that show again, if hopefully be on streaming soon, I will go back and watch it because that's a match that people will talk about that for years. Damn near close to the TLC match with Edge, Christian, Dudley's, and the Hardys at WrestleMania 17.
I give you that. But you know what? I'll say this, and damn it, I'm going to sound like one of those old fogies. But that match was spots. It was spots. I not say I did not like it. I'm not gonna say I did not like it. I'd be lying if I say I didn't like the match. But it was just spots because I think they did a record of Canadian destroyers in that damn match. And that top ladder Canadian destroyer, I like, God damn it. Yeah, that may be the last damn Canadian destroyer I seen in that match, which it was. And I mean, listen. This is what today's wrestling is mostly about now. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, I'm all for it. If it's something that can get me out my seat and say, "Oh, goddamn," or be on a group chat and say, "Did y'all see that shit?" I'm for it. I'm not gonna come in here and shit on that match because it is something to remember about. I mean, we, like you said, we know what the Lucha Brothers could do. We know what the Young Bucks could do, and we know what they could do when they together, as we saw later down the road in a steel cage match, which I say that match was more pure than that ladder match. That match stole the story of their history, especially when Matt brung on that goddamn Jordan with those tacks on it. And I was like, I remember that shoe. And, they told the story. I remember that. So that's what that ladder match, that was more about spots than the story, which they didn't close the story because I know it's going to be some more Lucha Brothers versus Young Bucks. Yep. But that match at the steel cage match, that was more pure to me because one, they did what they do best. And for those that don't think the Young Bucks could tell a story, I'm so sick of that crap. They tell some stories in their match, especially like I always say, when Matt Jackson fucking could sell a back injury from New Japan to Ring of Honor to PWG, that's telling a goddamn story in 3 different organizations. Stop that. It's bullshit. The Young Bucks could tell a story. Kenny Omega could tell a story. Wrestlers could tell a story in wrestling. It don't matter who it is. They could, if you do it right, they could tell a story. Now,
glad you mentioned Kenny Omega too, because earlier in that very same All Out card, he and Pac had.
Oh, God. Yes.
Yeah, this one was just like, you want to talk about pure matches and against guys of very versatile styles, because Kenny can take to the air, but Pac, as we all know, there was a reason they called that man at one point in time the man of gravity. Forgot.
And don't forget this. Don't forget this. What I said earlier.
Yep.
They started that Fight Forever shit. They ended that shit real quick.
Yep. Yeah.
And guess what? We got a rematch on Dynamite, a 30-minute Iron Man match, because the people want to say Fight Forever. They said it. They want more. Let's get it now. Let's end it now. Which they did. I mean, go back. I'll pay attention to shit like that. If they say Fight Forever, the match is about to end in 5 minutes. Within 5 minutes. If it don't end within 5 minutes, it's too long. You're gonna take the steam. Everybody gonna be mad that you redoing the match or you're copy and pasting the match now. All to show you, or now you're doing too much. Think about this for me. AJ Styles against Shinsuke Nakamura, New Japan, one and done. We was like, oh no, we need a rematch. Dirty hurt now. Go get Dirty some credit on this. They hyped that shit. They hyped it. They hyped WrestleMania like no one. Never saw AJ Styles and Shinsuke, which some of them haven't because I had to show them that match, but that they never saw them wrestle. So WWE hyped it. Was we disappointed at the WrestleMania match? A lot of people was.
Shit, I was more disappointed like Eddie K. Jr. Daddy on 5 Heartbeat.
Wait, watch what
I'm more that post match.
Yeah, the post match actually was a shock value, but the match itself, a lot of people were disappointed. The reason why I wasn't, because I knew it was gonna be a rematch. Because they never got the rematch in New Japan. Now you're going to see a story go down to the point that the last match they had, that's the one everybody liked. That's the one everybody liked. They didn't like the WrestleMania one. Then they didn't like the Crown Jewel one or whatever the Blood Money pay-per-view
all
was.
them double countouts and all them
all those low blows and all that shit. No one liked that shit. But when they had that, I think it was Money in the Bank or Extreme Rules, when it was the last man standing match, they ended off better. Was it better than New Japan? No. But it was the best match they did in WWE. I give you that.
Yeah.
But this is why I'm talking. You gotta really pay attention. Pay attention to when they hear the fans say fight forever, like, we got their ass now. And then you got to count down like, all right, 5 minutes. 5 minutes. They go past 5 minutes. You fucked it up. You fucked it up.
But of course, and I know we cannot go. Tone, I gotta take you back to your hometown one more time. Well, we talk purist matches, and of course, we talk about the Intercontinental title.
You
Bret
about
the
to
Hitman
say
Hart.
we didn't mention him
Mr.
that
Perfect.
one time, and I was waiting for one of y'all to do it. Let's
Summer
talk about it.
Slam. And this to me was Bret Hart's arrival, his real arrival, because he got it before they were giving him like bits and pieces here and there, but I thought this was the time to do it. And speaking of things that a lot of people didn't know, the fact that Mr. Perfect wrestled this match with a bad back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Talk to him, Reese. Talk to him, Reese.
Damn near wrestled a 5-star match effortlessly. Like,
with an Afro curl. Don't forget that, Reese.
Yeah.
Afro curl.
Yeah. Mr. Perfect was a soul glow blonde. Almost.
Afro curl.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, he was doing it before Justin Timberlake and NSYNC.
Oh, yes, sir.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, Justin. We had to remind everybody.
Listen,
anyway.
Justin, listen, man. You with all fucking hairdos in your days. Yeah. Don't get mad at us.
Yeah.
But go ahead, continue.
All I gotta say was this is what I would say somewhere within my top 5. If you want to introduce a fan and show them what a proper professional wrestling match was, damn it, this one was in my top 5 that I put on first.
And you know what? Let's add on to that, because Cody did do that. In his little Nightmare Factory school, whatever, he showed Bret Hart versus Mr. Perfect to the class. And, I see that. That right there tell you how that match was. Now, I'm going to tell you from someone that was 9 going on 10. No, I'm sorry. I'm right. All right. 9 going on 10. And being there, and Big Heart Foundation fan, first of all. But when they push Bret to go solo, and you're going against Mr. Perfect, who is one of the best Intercontinental champions of all time, and like you said, the man had a hurt back, and he did this for Bret. You couldn't tell that he had a hurt back, how good that match was, and stuff. And Bret was at the time in the beginning stages of the excellence of execution stage. He didn't even say the best it is, the best it was yet. He didn't say that yet.
No.
So and Bret came out. To me, little kid even could tell that he looked like he was nervous, because he's used to being in tag team. This is his solo run. But that man, Mr. Perfect, I don't think they ever had a bad match together. This is before that match. They used to do house shows. Yeah. I don't think they ever had a bad match together. And let's go post that, because they had a match at the King of the Ring tournament before, then they WCW, they had a couple of matches. They had never had a bad match ever, in my recollection of Bret Hart versus Curt Hennig, Mr. Perfect. Yeah. And that match right there put Bret Hart in a whole different class. And he said, this match made us forget about to say your prayers, eat your vitamins, brother. We had eyes on the small guy, which was him, Macho Man, Shawn a little bit after he was up the Rockers. Right. He was a Heartbreak Kid, the Rick Martels. It was, and remember, this was the time when the steroid scandal was coming up. Yep. The small guys, right? All the small guys, the technical wrestlers, start shining in WWE. To the point that, the belt was on Yokozuna, but not even that. Right before that, it was on Macho Man,
Yeah.
Then it was on Ric Flair. Ric Flair beat Macho Man to get it back. Then Bret Hart got the gold. You notice the people that Bret was defending the title with was not true big heavyweights with the exception of Razor Ramon. He beat Virgil.
Yeah.
He beat Rick Martel. He beat Shawn Michaels. He was a freaking fighting champion. He defeated his little brother Owen. These are names that's not the big guys. These are technical wrestlers. And that around that time, Ted DiBiase, Erlen R. Shyster,
Diesel.
Diesel wasn't in yet.
No, Diesel was there. He was there.
Nah, because remember
the second title run. The second title run.
The second title run.
Second title.
But we might have to count that too, because you know, he again, like I say, he faced his little brother and all that stuff. I said that. But most of his title runs was against smaller guys or quick guys. And it was about technical wrestling, which Bret Hart, I don't know why it took us late to say this, but we was in the moment. But Bret Hart was my pure wrestling favorite.
Sure.
And if we go to WWF, Bret Hart was my pure wrestling favorite. We go to WCW, I got names, you know. I got Ric Flair. I got, you know, those. But pure wrestling, Bret Hart showed that you could be a small guy and you could go the 4 horsemen way. If anybody know what I mean by the 4 horsemen way, I mean a 4-legged table cannot stand with one leg missing. You know?
That's true.
When Bret will fucking find a limb and work on it through the whole match and start going off, and he'll sell his soul and go through. I don't know why people. This is one of the reasons why I hate. I like shoot videos and I hate shoot videos because then you hear some bad stories about your heroes. You know, Bret Hart is one of my heroes. You know, but you hear some bullshit. But Bret Hart, technical wrestling, brought that in, and that's when the best there that's the world's happening. Bret Hart against Ric Flair, classic.
Yes,
that no one will talk about. I don't know why.
Yeah, I even had that, and I even got the smack him, whack him when he actually became the champion.
Listen. On my birthday, so happy birthday to me when he won that title.
All right.
But then again, you also go to the following year. Man, you think of Wembley Stadium.
Oh man,
there are multiple thousands of people over in London, of course. And then this was one of those matches. You know how we talked at the top of the show, matches where you had a great hype and where you want the story to also parlay to the match. There you go. Hitman and Bulldog, of course, brothers-in-law, and they did the whole thing of seeing how the family was kind of divided on who they wanted to win and all that stuff. And
let's talk about the promo.
Diana.
Let's talk about the promo before the match. When Bret looked at the camera, Dave Boy looked at the camera and said, "I don't know you, brats. I don't know you at all. I don't know." And Bret got pissed at that. Like, what did he say? He said, "He don't know you. You don't know me. You married my sister." He went off and shit. You know what? I like about it though, and we had to find out years later that Dave Boy was coked up.
Yeah, that's that
shit.
That's a Pusha T coke.
I mean, he was coke. He was that Tony Montana. You know, chop the coke with your hand and go on. They say he was coked up, and Bret carried that whole match.
And he won the Intercontinental Championship. So kids, you can do it. Stop. But
we're not doing that. We're not doing that. No.
Don't put coke, y'all.
No. Do not sniff the yayo. Do not do that. God rest your soul, Davey Boy Smith. But you know, it's that's a testament of Bret Hart. And we could do a whole show about Bret Hart, but we that's not fair.
But also let's go to let's go to another guy that man.
Excuse me.
Man, there's like so many people we could talk about. But also let's go to Mr. Perfect himself, because here's another guy who, and unlike unlike Lex Luger, he was the total package because you think he came out because Kurt Hennig, man, especially as Mr. Perfect, the music he had to walk. He's always chewing the gum, spitting it out, but damn it, the athleticism was right there, especially like
That's
when he did
sold.
the spot where especially like the spot where he would like hurdle his opponent, they bounce off with the drop kick. I was like,
oh man, he you
know
what, man?
They say Kurt was about a night off with whoever he wrestled, and I was like, he was as smooth as they came.
Kurt Hennig, man, Mr. Perfect. I'll go beyond Mr. Perfect. I'll go with AWA Kurt Hennig, the AWA champion. Kurt. Yes, I'll go that far. The dude was, I mean, talk about someone that should have had at least one opportunity with the WWF title.
He did have a couple shots at it.
He had a couple shots when he smashed that damn belt. I was pissed the fuck off.
The whole time you see that title, it's a hardcore title, but unofficial.
Yeah, it's a hardcore title, but I was pissed the fuck off for that. Said, hey, man, listen, if I had my mother here, she'd tell you I was pissed. I cursed and she allowed me to curse. I was little, so I was. He's a mother bitch. I was saying curse. I was saying it wrong.
And you know what's the sad part? And I think I've talked to y'all about this before. He was actually supposed to be the one that gets the title match at WrestleMania 6 originally.
Who does he?
Don't tell me that. I did not know. That's him. That was Hogan and Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, but their match was originally supposed to be Hogan and Perfect.
So they gave us Hogan, Ultimate Warrior. Ultimate Warrior won the title. Had to relinquish the Intercontinental title, Mr. Perfect Intercontinental title. They rewarded him for not bitching and complaining by getting. Thank you, Vince, for actually doing that because Mr. Perfect is another guy that really loved the Intercontinental title. Thank you, I guess. So, but you know what? Let me say this about Mr. Perfect. And I just said it. Like when he sells, it's athletic. This is the only person I know that runs the corner and do a front flip. He was the person that when I say someone got clothesline to hell before anybody else did it, Mr. Perfect will fucking sell a clothesline like you took his soul.
He was Dolph Ziggler before Dolph Ziggler.
Since you talked about the AWA too, well, let's talk about another AWA person and Mr. Perfect selling. Do you remember the SummerSlam against Kerry? Yeah. And when he hit that tornado punch,
oh god, man,
punch flip,
punch and flip. I mean, it
did like a full tornado 360.
Hey, if anybody watches now or go watch this later, listen. Reese said something. I giggled, but you gotta understand what I giggle because it's Lex Luger. We said total package and Lex Luger. We was talking about Lex Luger not that long yesterday, and I think I said no, it's not me. It was our good buddy Jaquez said a dream match, and I just started giggling when he said it. So I'm not gonna talk about it now because we're on YouTube. And so, but he's right about a true total package. Now, don't get me wrong, Lex Luger had the look, charisma, but promos were shit to hell, and his selling. Oh, shut the fuck up. But
that's not pure. That's entertainment. I'm sorry.
He had me laugh with every time. So if we pluck you like this, you go. Oh, so.
You're getting bad right now. Every time you punch your head to south.
Right. I do that every time. Like,
but you know what else?
Lex Luger. But
we talked about great tag. We talking about great technicians, though.
Yeah. So I mean, Mr. Perfect, man. I mean, he was the total package when it comes to wrestling, charisma, smooth. How about this? Safe.
Yeah.
Yes.
He did some moves. I thought he really hurt somebody. That ankle, that knee shit where he put your leg between his legs and then he drops. I thought he hurt somebody fucking leg. He do that. I did my little cousin. He was crying.
I was like Yeah, or when he used to put his head between the legs and he do that like the little twist.
Yeah, and the little sunset snapback move. I'm
Yeah,
like, yo,
Oh
I
yeah, the
said,
snapmare.
hey,
Yeah,
that
that
shit look,
snapmare.
yeah, that shit looks smooth as hell. But so it's like, I know that's another thing about pure wrestling. The safest man is also a pure wrestler.
Mhm.
Because
That,
Protect
since you
you.
brought up these guys,
oh God, you don't want my father coming here.
That's about
that
four
that
technical wrestlers right there. You got Ric Flair,
that
Art Anderson, Old Anderson, and Tetchy Blanchard. That's your four
yeah,
technical guy.
let me say
especially Tully Blanchard.
let me say this. Three. But Ole was not technical at all. Ole was sloppy Joe at best. Fucking racist. I want you to. I know what I'm going to say. And hey, Ole, I dare you to find me. I'm in Virginia. You was a racist, sloppy Joe looking motherfucker. You could not wrestle in a phone booth. I'm sorry. I don't know. The only reason you was part of the Four Horsemen because you was the booker. Let's just get it straight to the point. You was the booker. All right. No, but Ric Flair, one of the greatest of all time, even though he's a we ain't gonna go there.
Yeah, he gonna have one last final match with the pacemaker, and he gonna walk away with a dub.
I really don't want him to do this. Even though I said it years ago, but I don't want him to do this because it's something I said years ago, and I think Gerald Briscoe said it. That man might.
Yeah,
Let me
we
know.
know.
You know.
Let me tell you something. If he walk with a win, Triple H could do the same thing. Go ahead.
Wow. Oh, that's another person. That's another person we're gonna talk about later. But Tully Blanchard, if he was not on the cocaine, he would have went down as one of the greatest. I mean, he's still a legend, but he would have gone down as one of the greatest
all time.
He even said it. He said if he wasn't on that cocaine, he would have gone down as the greatest. And you got Arn. Arn's the man that we said was the perfect was the total package. I'm gonna say Arn Anderson too, because one, he's the man that came with the name Four Horsemen, and damn it, I could go on YouTube right now, and Arn Anderson promos will make you want to go see him get his ass whooped because the shit he used to say, and the shit they used to do to Dusty Rhodes, all the shit he used to say, I thought was believable, and he was smooth with it, and he used to say some shit that I still say to this day. It's been your pleasure. I say that just like to anybody. I like yeah. It's been your pleasure. And I walk away. I do that. And
Block Anderson, or we like to call him now.
Oh man, and today kids know him as. No, I ain't gonna do that. Sorry.
No,
put it away. But yeah, Arn Anderson had another guy that has never been world champion.
Yeah,
it was a crime. It was a crime. He wasn't even a U.S. champion.
No, I think he went for it, but he. I think possibly one or if the best television champion in NWA WCW history. Probably got the most reigns right now.
I guess so.
But he's one, if not one of the best. Because I remember when he first won it, he beat the shit out on Dusty Rhodes when he was injured. Like I said, he was always in the forefront of beating up Dusty Rhodes. I only had a problem with Dusty, but our Anderson we used to do it. I don't know what. I remember his one time Dusty was doing a promo, and that man came in, kicked his crutch, made him fall, and snatched the television turn and walked away. I was like, that's fucked up, man. Be a cripple up like that on TV. That's not nice.
Let's not forget where you guys asked about car.
Well, after all, Double A does have your namesake there too. So.
Yeah, he do. Yes, he do. So I would definitely say all right, but Ole, I would never put Ole Anderson as a technical wrestler. Nope.
I wouldn't put him, but I'd put Barry.
Oh yes. Now we go to that version of Four. I think now that version of Four Horsemen is
they were the
most successful. Yeah, the most successful Four Horsemen version of
world
technical
title,
wrestling,
U.S.
title, tag team titles. And hell, if you want to go solo, I think Arn was the television champion while he was a tag team champion. Let's go there. I mean, they was the most successful and technical. And if you want to get down, let's say without cheating, they was the best pure wrestlers, bar none. So, remember what Ric Flair said? It was those guys that led him to drinking because he had to follow them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And it was
I give you
funny.
that.
It's like, and you remember that just before Barry joined the Horsemen, that he literally wrestled a full hour on World. And mind you, it wasn't even the Saturday night show; it was worldwide.
Bro,
That him
I
and
got Ric Flair DVD. This is when they used to show the career highlights of matches itself.
Yeah.
That's one of the matches I got on fucking replay. Him and Barry Windham. Before Barry came to the Four Horsemen, it was him and Barry Windham, and Barry hit this promo like, I was this close. If we had 5 more minutes, I'll be world champion. And I like, yo, that's storytelling. And you know, Rick could go an hour. I mean, his job is
Easy.
You gotta beat me. I don't have to beat you. That was the first time anybody ever said that. Like, I don't have to beat you. You gotta beat me. I'm the champion. You know, I gotta
that's where
survive.
I think Bobby. That's where I think Bobby got it from.
Right, like I gotta survive. You know, you gotta beat me. You know, and that's where this championship advantage comes from. Now that you know everybody, Ric Flair the one started this championship advantage thing. Like, I don't have to beat you. I just gotta survive this shit for the hour time limit. Or if you piss me off, no, I just put you the finger forward. And I got 20 women in my limousine. You know that shit. But yeah, I mean that's space knowledge.
Yeah.
And it's actually and since we mentioned Arn Tully, I thought about underappreciated matchup, and to take it to the WWF side of things, them and the Hart Foundation at SummerSlam '89.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. That's very
the
underrated.
Brainbusters.
Yeah, and what's funny about that is because like in '87 when Anderson and Blanchard, of course, it's funny because like at one point in time Anderson and Blanchard were the NWA tag champs while the Hart Foundation were the WWF tag champs.
That was one of those NWA versus WWF moments that the old PWI magazine used to tease us dream matches. We used to have Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair. But you want to know what's funny about that? I think when I first saw Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard in WWF, I spit my orange juice out my mouth. I was surprised, and I thought the Four Horsemen was coming to WWF. Like, oh shit, they in the WWF, and they was managed by Bobby Heenan. I spit my damn juice out. Like I was like, holy shit. So remember, this is when WWF actually cared about tag team wrestling.
Yes.
Because the Hart Foundation, Demolition, even though they was powerhouses, they could go pure too.
The Bulldogs,
the Powers of Pain, the Islanders, the
Ruchos.
The Ruchos. America. Power and Glory. Not yet. The Rockers. Orient Express. I'm sorry, I was a big fan of Orient Express. And they actually cared about their tag team wrestlers to the point that you didn't have to have the belts to shine in the tag team division. Because I was a big fan of the Killer Bees too. So Strike Force. We can keep on going. But when Tully Blanchard got there, I think that's when the tag division got serious. And those were the guys that beat Demolition.
Yeah.
They out wrestled Demolition in the purest way possible. Like I said earlier, a 4-legged table cannot stand with a missing leg. And they fuck acts up. So
but it also helped. Yeah. That also helps when you have a 7'4" giant to back you up too.
The giant was pissed. Andre the Giant. You know what? Since we talk about Andre the Giant now, I'm going to say this right now. Before he got slow and old, Andre used to wrestle.
New Japan, All Japan.
Yeah. There is footage of Andre the Giant catch wrestling, technical wrestling, reversing. I mean, there's footage of Hulk Hogan doing it. You know what? I like that I went there. People, this is what I mean by you need to watch these Japan wrestling shows and all this stuff, or Lucha Libre, whatever. Because the guys that's number one here, that y'all say that can't wrestle, trust me, they wrestle somewhere else. And Hogan used to wrestle. I put it on here. I put Hogan versus Muda, and I put Hogan versus Inoki. Wrestle.
and Dusty Rhodes on New Japan World. He could wrestle like he do a hip toss, spin heel toe. I'm like, damn, this is Hogan we know.
We know Dusty. We know Dusty could go an hour, but we know Dusty could go an hour actually wrestling.
Yep.
Okay, he wrestled.
Let's remember, like he came up in an era where you had Harley Race, who I'm shocked you haven't mentioned. Harley Race, Terry Funk, Dory, even.
I like to say, remember how Hulk Hogan got into business? They broke that man's leg. Like if he come back, he's good. If he don't come back, he only was here for the wrong reasons. Broke that man's leg. That man came back like, next class. Oh, you a tough, tall, blonde-headed, huh? Okay. So it was, and he did the old school way. Hell, Jerry Lawler used to wrestle. He used to know how to wrestle. You know, I mean, he still know how to wrestle, but he wrestled. You know, so pure like this is what we talk about. What we remember. Like y'all know them as, you know, Jerry Lawler as puppies. I know Jerry King Lawler as the multi-time champion in Continental Wrestling and the Undisputed champion. So
WA,
so
of course,
wrestling.
I remember him and Kerry Von Erich at Super Clash.
Yes.
Now, him against Andy Kaufman.
Oh God.
That's true too.
That was fucked. Yep. Well, you know what? I'll give him credit. He sold that shit to the bill. Like they took that shit to Linneman. He got, whoa! I'm gonna sew your ass, you son of a bitch.
Hell, you've got Man in the Moon out of it.
Oh yeah. So you know it's pure wrestling. But right, how about this one? Let's talk about some current pure wrestlers. That's not really getting they shine like they're supposed to.
Yep.
I can go right now with the first person I think of is Finn Balor.
Yeah. He was a purest junior heavyweight guy, pure wrestling, great technique. Mm-hmm. We know his ability. I would say this:
his second run at NXT, dude.
First of all, he turned heel. Yep. I was waiting for that because I was so sick of him smiling. Bro, just like right now, how I'm sick of Raquel Rodriguez smiling. Yep. I was sick of fucking Finn smiling. Like, man, stop that smiling, bro. Where's Prince Devitt? And he came back and kicked home well. Like, there you go. Yeah. There go Prince Devitt. And he gave us some classic matches. Him and Matt Riddle was a good match. Him and Johnny Gargano was a good match.
Him and Dragunov at Collide.
Him and Dragunov was a good match.
Pete Dunne.
Him and Pete Dunne. Him and Adam Cole. Him and Damian Priest will get that. They team up with each other now. And we got robbed of something. This pandemic robbed us of something. He was going to be the NXT UK champion.
Yep.
He was going to be
Walter.
So we got robbed of that. Right. Another person
to go what Hill was gonna say. Let's not forget.
Oh yes. No, he brought that. He brought that back. Like if we gonna go there, how about AJ Styles?
Yeah, come on. Like P1 is like without a question because we talk about guys who are versatile. Mm-hmm. I mean, aerial, got it. Technical, got it. Position, got it. If you want to ground and pound, he could do it too. It's like he added so much to his game over the years, and it's like
I was just looking at the Lone Wolf AJ Styles. Y'all remember when he came out in TNA with
short hair and
stuff, and he added on the calf crusher for the first time and stuff. I was like, yeah, this was the start right here of what we see now. What we saw in the Bullet Club, what we saw in the Return to Ring of Honor, what we saw when he came out. That's another person. WWE got some pure wrestlers. AEW got some pure wrestlers.
Oh,
Impact got some pure. Oh, Impact definitely got some pure wrestlers.
Oh
let's
shit.
talk about their current world champ, the walking
Yes.
Josh
weapon,
Alexander,
Josh
the
Alexander.
walking weapon.
Yes, sir. He
Great.
just won his match.
Yeah.
I don't
And-
know. He's doing MMA style.
And,
Well, that's pure too, because MMA
Yeah.
style is mixed. So
Yep.
amateur wrestling is MMA,
dude,
and
and matter of fact, you know, I was thinking, I'm shocked we have not mentioned this name yet.
Shamrock.
Kurt
Oh.
Angel.
Well, no, we actually did mention. Yeah, we did actually mention Kirk Angel.
I'm sorry, I had to get the
surprised we
Chris
have not
Jericho.
mentioned his. I'm surprised we have yet to mention his lordship.
William Regal.
Oh God,
Yeah.
William Regal, who used to piss me off back in the day. The reason why I say he pissed me off, not in a bad way, he pissed me off because he was that damn good. I'm sorry, Triple H, I'm using your damn line, and we're gonna mention Triple H in this too, because besides having the golden shovel, he was a good guy. I swear, if he didn't marry Stephanie, I said he would have been fucking at least a 6-time champion. But
Yeah.
William Regal used to piss me off. I'm telling you this right now. He was that damn good. You try to do a headlock, and he'd just butter his head out your arm and put you in a hammerlock. I'm like, look how smooth, like easy. This motherfucker, you know how hard it is. Like, I'm trying to my cousin. My cousin was like, hey, I was like, how he do? He just, I can't do it. You know. And William Regal was, that's why I say, if anybody remind me of William Regal, it's Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Remind me.
and you know, you talk about the television championship a little earlier.
Oh yes.
Let's
yes.
remember Regal was.
Oh yes.
Yeah, he had a damn good run as the TV champ as well. And-
Oh yeah.
Damn good one. And only
Good
that, he beat Steamboat for that belt.
Yep.
The first run.
Yeah.
He's a I definitely would say Regal. We didn't forget. We just didn't get to mention him yet. We never go forget Regal. It's just he was his he was his worst enemy, like he said. With the drug use he was using back in his day, he was his worst enemy. Which that's another thing. A lot of these people that we grew up to watch, especially in the late '80s, early '90s, kind of messed up their own career, and that's when they start blaming others instead of themselves. We just heard about Road Dogg trying to make amends with everybody with the Rock, Jim Ross. I think he said somebody else. These problems, because like these were some good wrestlers, especially William Regal. Because I always bring up my highlight to William Regal was not him winning the television title, was not pissing me off. My highlight was he exposed Goldberg.
I was about to say that. I'm like, that's the only time you see Goldberg, the powerhouse, the phenomenal, until he got exposed. Like, oh my God, he can't wrestle.
Regal exposed Goldberg, and you're young and you talking, you're young and you was like, oh, you didn't know no better. But when you go back and watch, you're like, damn, damn. That's all you hear, like, he fucking you up, he outstretched you. And this is Real Regal not at his best. Because remember, that's when he had the singlet on. He had a little gut to him. He was not at his best.
The pudgy William Regal.
Yeah.
Can you imagine Regal was at his best? Oh my God.
He'd be hauling for real.
Yeah. I'll tell you what though. I was like, William Regal to me, he was like a British Stu Hart.
Oh God. Yeah. The dungeon version Stu Hart.
Yeah.
The dungeon version. The motherfucker's 80 years old, stretching Bret Hart, making him tap out in the basement. I still got it, Brent. Don't come in my house disrespecting us.
Let me stretch you up a little bit. What you do?
I fuck you up, eh? So now if I go to the F Attitude Era now, this is where I'm gonna bring Triple H in.
Yep.
Because Triple H, the match that I still watch to this day. I still watch pay-per-view to this day. Fully Loaded, 1998. Rock versus Triple H.
2 out of 3 falls.
Yes.
Yeah, Intercontinental title. Yep.
Yes.
Classic.
They took each other and made that belt main event status. As you know, I mean, I didn't know at the time, but who knew that Austin was gonna be hurt? But you saw the future main event in that match. Straight up wrestling. Yeah, you had some shenanigans here and there, but other than that, take the shenanigans out. That was a classic match. And to me, Triple H, he was always good, but he looked like he belonged in the main event scene, which that's why I think he got rewarded at SummerSlam that year. Him and Rock ladder match. Someone else I would say was a pure wrestler, and since he brought up MMA style, how we gonna not mention Ken Shamrock?
I did mention Ken Shamrock. I said Shamrock.
You did.
You did say that. Okay.
Yes.
How we not? I mean, how we not? I mean, honestly, so the one of the I could say the forefathers of MMA to bring MMA to wrestling. Him,
Dan
Suzuki,
Severn.
yeah, him, Suzuki, the Beast. Those I think it's one more person, but I think it was in Japan. I think not, if I'm not mistaken.
I want to say Baz Rutten, but that's hybrid.
He said Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar before MMA. We'll get to him in a minute. Before Brock Lesnar, where he is now, we'll get to him in a minute. Because 2002 Brock Lesnar, yeah. I swear, no one touching him. No one touching him.
No, that's a pure.
No one touching. That was pure Brock amateur wrestling. I go do whatever the hell I want.
Vanilla Gorilla.
Right. The Vanilla Gorilla as here comes the pain. Taz used to piss you off with that. Well, here comes the pain. Shut up, Taz. Every damn time. You know how Michael Cole is. It's boss time.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah,
Fucking
that was Taz's version.
That was Taz's version. So, but it was. I like. I'm going back to Triple H now. Yeah. Triple H was the technical guy. Even when he turned the heel, he was still the technical guy. He had to change his look a little bit, but he was still heel. He got some muscle onto him. He wet his hair and went from long pants to tights and all that, whatever. But he was still technical wrestler. He used to do a move that I think actually not me, but I think JR said it best. He's the student of the game. You saw the knee drops like Harley Race. You saw a little bit. Yeah, you saw spine buster like Arn Anderson. You saw some technical. Remember this. Remember how excited JR got WrestleMania 19? I swear to God, I never saw that. He got, sorry, Chris, if you watch it, he got moist.
He was so happy.
He got so happy. Like someone did a wrestling move. Yes.
He was like happy. Yay! He was happier than Pharrell and after singing Despicable Me Too.
Oh God.
I'm so happy.
Oh God, man. It was like technical wrestling is just, I know why people don't talk much about Triple H, but y'all gotta get over it. The man with he get over it. Just think about his wrestling.
And I even said this even when he was just Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Oh Lord.
That was a classic Hunter Hearst Helmsley. The blue blood and Eddie Blue pose, which we're still doing.
Yeah, and the thing was, if Vince would have came up with the whole corporation thing years earlier,
he would have fit.
That's what I'm saying. That Triple H, just that version of Hunter Hearst Helmsley when he was just like little blue blood.
Mm-hmm.
He would have been the corporate champ. I even say he was the better choice for a corporate champion, even more than The Rock was, because hell, he already naturally was a corporate type.
Yeah, I get you saying. Well, you gotta think this way. This was what 98 when Rock became corporate.
Yep.
At that time, Rock was electrifying. Like I'm not gonna lie, Rock. I think everybody went from. Well, I ain't gonna say everybody. I'm gonna just talk about me. I'm in high school. I went from Stone Cold stunning fucking people to rock bombing people and going from one locker to the other, getting people elbow. I don't care. Don't judge me. We was crazy back then.
Yeah, I know.
and Stone Cold. I mean, Rock was the guy. So who was the guy to go opposite of Stone Cold? Rock. Triple H was their popularity, but that's the thing. Popularity. He was number 3. I'm sorry, or I say number 2 because Rock and Stone Cold was 1A, 1B. Yeah. But you had to get the guy. You had to choose Rock because that's what everybody wanted to see. And when they did wrestle, when they had the feud for the Intercontinental title, it was must see. That was unfinished business. Mm-hmm. For Triple H, everybody said he was a DS guy. He can't be vicious. They forgot he can be vicious, but they want him to add to era vicious. Like we gotta make sure they booing you, and we gotta turn because we booed The Rock for like a couple months, but we start cheering when we start making these catchphrases. Like, no, we can't boo this man. He said "Poot-tang pie." We can't boo this man. You know, so it took a while for Triple H to get that, but like I said, he kept his wrestling the same. His character changed, but his wrestling was the same. The dude was also smooth. And he had some classic pure matches too. Because no one don't talk about this match. I'm going to talk about it. Him against X-Pac. I think it was Backlash.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was a good match. X-Pac and Triple H, they're two different styles. Triple H more technical style. X-Pac is more cruiserweight, and them two guys gel so well with one another, and they also tell a good story. Like you two DX members and
Click members.
Click members, DX members came off from WrestleMania. And plus, let's go all the way back. A triple threat match. X-Pac, Triple H, and The Rock.
Yes, sir.
Classic match. That story is brewing. So if you bring that and bring the forefront, them two guys know how to wrestle. And that's the one thing that nobody talk about. Hell, X-Pac, he's a pure wrestler.
I can even give you another match. I can even give you another match with Triple H that a lot of people don't go off of. And these two had some real good chemistry too. Him and Goldust.
You know what? You want to know why nobody talk about that?
Yeah.
I like what you're going there, but you don't know why no one talk about it because China.
Yep.
Swinger ass rap.
Swinging Marlene like a damn rag doll.
Like, wait a minute. That's if you go to the WrestleMania 13 match.
Oh, yes.
Because if you go to the Royal Rumble match. Yeah,
when she first got her.
Yeah.
When she first got her.
Yeah.
So much blood.
Yeah, well, I forgot. Yeah, when Triple H was still running with Mr. Hughes for some reason.
That is a legend. Mr. Huge, an only black man can wrestle with the sunglasses from ECW, Liberty W, and WWF. A legend.
I'm not even gonna argue that. There's no way in hell. Before there was Orange Cassidy, there was Mr. Hughes wrestling with glasses on.
Yes, he ain't pure, but god damn it, he's one of the dopest black treasure. That's a treasure wrestler of all time.
Hold up now.
I say that's a treasure because nobody talk about that man that much. God damn it.
Yeah.
We could do the whole episode, Mr. Huge, for 30 minutes. We're gonna talk about that man one day.
You know what? We're gonna do a National Treasure episode. And we're gonna find out who's the real national treasures around here. Goddamn.
I got mine.
Wait a minute. Are we gonna get the guys that actually do them hidden WWE? Nah, never mind. But,
oh God, the forbidden treasure.
Yeah.
Forbidden treasure.
Yeah. But actually, I was thinking about like another tag team, and perhaps one of the greatest tag team rivalries of all time. Rock and Roll Express, Midnight Express.
Lord have mercy, the battles of Express.
Yeah, especially like when it was Stan and Bobby against Ricky and Robert.
You know what? I actually like the old Midnight Express
versus the Condrey and Bobby were still a great team too.
Yeah, the reason why I say that because they went from territory to territory. They went from WCCW to
from World Class to NWA.
They went with. I mean, even though Stan and them kind of went to Smoky Mountain, and then they changed it to the Heavenly Bodies and all that stuff. But I'm I know a lot of people that watched it and don't understand why the Rock and Roll Express was like all these tag team titles. They look at him like that little motherfucker. Listen. Ricky Morton is the truth. All right. When we talk about total package, we gave the Kurt Hennig and hell even Arn Anderson. Ricky could go.
Ricky had charisma for like miles, dude.
Oh my God, yes.
Ricky, I watched some old. Now I'm about to go real. Before there was a WWE network, I had WWE 24/7 on demand.
Oh my God, Time Warner.
And they show you the fucking Worldwide Wrestling. I used to always can't wait because I used to like the promo better than the matches because they facing jobbers. So I was like, fuck that. Get to the promo. Ricky talks loud motion. He got some jive with him sometimes, and then he ends up with a woo and get out and rock and roll forever. All this, I mean, you feel it like this little motherfucker go whoop somebody's ass, you know. And then you guys partner Gibson do the little sign language thing. I had to wait till like 90s to really find out that he was half deaf.
Yeah, actually, his mom was too.
Yeah, so and he did a sign language thing and stuff. Because I remember when they broke up, and Ricky turned to the corporate Ricky Morton. He didn't do rock and roll. He had corporate and stuff, wearing suits and shit. Like that's the wrong move. But that was a rivalry, a pure tag team rivalry. If we go down that road.
Yeah. And damn it, I just want to say this: like, God rest Bobby. Bobby Eaton. I swear this man does not get his flowers enough for wrestling because now from the boys he more than gets them.
Oh no, he gets his flowers for fans.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like for the fans, like maybe sometimes. Well, from the older fans, like
the fans that don't know why we giving this man praise. Another guy that could give out a good pure match. This man went from tag team division, multiple time tag team champion, former television champion. One of his best matches, he had to lose the television title, was against a stunning Steve Austin. Okay,
but then let's remember, beat Arn Anderson in the 40s.
Beat Arn Anderson. Oh, don't forget, tagged with Arn Anderson as the they was the enforcers.
The Dangerous Alliance.
Yes, one of the best stand
won the titles from Rick Steamboat and Dustin Rhodes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and as a blue blood.
Yep.
Oh yes, he was the blue blood.
Oh yeah, the Earl Robert Eaton.
Yes, like this dude. And later down the road, they start using him as a jobber. I get it, but dude had one of the best right hands. Like I don't know how the hell you snuck it. Like he smacked his chest. The secret came out.
Yeah, he
smacked his chest, but it looked like he really hit you. Like he did it time like.
Yep.
And it sounded like he crocked your jaw. So he did that shit quick. So yeah, he's one of those pure guys too. Like honestly, everybody else in the NWA that did not look like they was $1 million bucks is pure wrestlers.
Yeah, and then of course let's not forget Alabama Jam.
Oh, we was talking about that. I think we was talking about that yesterday about high flyers and for years how he used to go all out and land on his ass. Because he used to jump high as hell. Yep. And I don't know how he didn't have surgery like that, like Matt Hardy had. Because you remember Matt Hardy did it, and he had to have back surgery.
He the cage.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. We talk about one thing else when it came to Bobby is like and I think you brought this up when we were talking about Kurt Hennig earlier, is that Bobby was another wrestler who always had a lot of safety. And just the thing that I loved about the Rock and Roll Express, Midnight Express rivalry is that they always found a way to make something new happen. Because I remember one match, and I think it was on the NWA main event. They worked the spot where I think Bobby was running the ropes. And and Nick Patrick even and then somehow that Nick Patrick even did a leapfrog over Bobby, and then it led to Ricky giving him a hip toss.
Yeah, I think that's why I said I think Midnight Express, Rock Roll Express never got old. That's why it went everywhere. Hell, even made the WWE. It made
Oh,
the
yeah.
WWF and stuff. So it's one of those rivalries, one of those pure rivalries. Like you got pure, right? you gotta say it like that. But okay, so Derek said
Brock Lesnar.
If I'm gonna say Brock Lesnar, I'm gonna say Kurt Angle too. Now,
Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar, these two guys, best pure wrestler. They fight each other everywhere, like from WWE to New Japan. That match is always classic, like from Iron Man match to WrestleMania 19 with, of course, the Shooting Star Press. Even in New Japan for the IWGP title or IGF title at Toyonoki Championship.
Yeah,
is classic. Like Brock Lesnar, during that time he could wrestle, not suplex F out.
Yeah,
no.
like
well, we see this is what I say about that. If Brock Lesnar is motivated, he'll give you a show. Because I'm not gonna sit here and not gonna say that okay, him and Seth Rollins SummerSlam match for Universal title, he worked his ass off. Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar
gave a lot of alphas to spin.
Right. Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins, John Cena, Royal Rumble worked his ass off. Brock Lesnar, fatal 5-way, 4-way match, SummerSlam. That was another one. If he's motivated or he likes you, let's put it like that, he likes you, he's gonna give you a show. If he don't like you, he gonna do a Dean Ambrose on you. Yep. He gonna do a Braun Strowman on you. I mean, look at him
after he put hit Strowman in the jaw legit.
Both.
Oh,
he punched the shit out of Strowman. Slow down. Look at the Undertaker matches, and I'm not even look at all of them. Look at the one from 2002. Look at the ones from when Undertaker came back and started punching Brock in the balls and shit. Like, I'm gonna beat your ass one day. I'm gonna beat your ass one day. Remember, Undertaker couldn't beat Brock Lesnar. It's like I'm gonna punch you in the balls.
He did it. At least not 1-on-1 anyway.
Right. He never beat Brock 1-on-1.
Yeah, it's only that triple threat that he beat.
He punched in the balls. He finally they say it's a victory. Brock passed out, and then Brock beat his ass in the Hell in a Cell. But it's Brock.
Which by the way had one of my favorite laughing memes.
Oh yeah. That shit looks straight up like his hair was thin. He was like, shaking. Like, what the fuck going on?
Oh yeah.
But it's Brock Lesnar 2002 pure wrestler. Brock Lesnar now, unless he's motivated. If he's not motivated. If he's motivated, and right, I like Cowboy Brock Lesnar. This is the most entertaining I've seen Brock Lesnar. Cowboy hat smiling and I'm gonna kick your ass, right? I'm gonna kick your ass. You're not gonna kick your ass.
Wait, hold on. I gotta slightly call that. I gotta put a tie for that.
Oh, okay.
Cowboy Brock, and then Party.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Even though I swear
that was funny.
Even though I swear Brock, please never say it again. The head bop you do.
No, dance.
Doing that running man, no.
Please,
that man leader to watch AEW after that shit.
Oh, that was funny. Please dance again. But yes, his match with CM Punk. That was that. I think that was a favor. That was when I say a favor. Those are two Paul Heyman guys.
Yep.
Just doing it for Paul. Like
I was going for CM Punk to win that shit.
Oh, I knew CM Punk was not gonna win that because CM Punk even said it. You notice what happened when after I lost the belt, I've been losing the part timers.
Yeah, that's true.
But I go from Brock and I go to Kurt Angle. I already said one of Kurt Angle's pure matches with him and Chris Benoit, Royal Rumble. I can go before that, him and Chris Benoit at WrestleMania 17.
All right, and the Backlash.
God damn, that's a clinic. I got so many Kurt Angle matches. I do have a dream match though, and I just told you one of my childhood pure heroes was Bret Hart. I would love to see Kurt Angle in his prime versus Bret Hart in his prime. I
Oh
would
man,
love
that would
Yeah.
have been
uh, losing
dude,
his
that would
first
have stole
match
the show.
back to John Cena. Yeah,
Oh,
that was
talk about,
bullshit. That the Brock Lesnar. I know you're talking about.
Oh,
Kurt Angle, but Kurt Angle
how about a
went.
battle of Kurt Angle versus Hennig?
It
oh,
happened. It
Oh,
happened.
it did?
Remember? It was,
it,
at the Royal Rumble, it kind of happened.
Oh,
sort of.
in the Royal Rumble matchup, I got
Yeah, yeah, sort of. But
yeah.
I mean, Kurt Angle, like Kurt Angle, I could name so many matches where it was just. And I'm going once Kurt Angle added the ankle lock to his repertoire.
Yep.
Kurt Angle against Rock, no way out.
Yep.
Kurt Angle against Shane McMahon, even though that was a street fight, but it was still pure as hell. They kind of botched that damn suplex to the window.
Oh, God. 3-4 times.
Kurt Angle gets Hulk Hogan, King of the Ring, first man to make Hulk Hogan tap out, literally tap out. Not no bullshit. Literally, he made Hulk Hogan tap out. Kurt Angle, Rey Mysterio, SummerSlam.
Yep.
Hell, let's go to TNA. Kurt Angle, Samoa Joe.
Yep.
Make your choice.
Like,
Kurt Angle, AJ Styles.
Matches.
Kurt Angle gets Kenny Anderson. I could go on and on. Kurt Angle gets Bobby Lashley. I could go on and on.
Kurt versus Drew. Yeah.
Kurt versus Drew Galloway. I could go on and on. Kurt and Sting. Kurt has a lot of pure matches. I say he was one of the best at his time. At his time.
And I think there's some that I wish would have happened with it. Can you imagine Angle versus ZSJ?
Oh my God! You know what? I got
Angle versus Shibata.
You know what? Look it up because it might have happened. Because remember, before he came to WWE, he had a lot of shows in Europe. He did Defiant Wrestling. He faced Joe Coffey and he faced John Henry. Henry. So look it up. He probably did face them. But he had a match in progress too. So it's just that I think
or Angle versus Walter.
Man, Walter will break his neck. But
the break his neck. You see his chest already? It's never gone.
it's about to go at 9 o'clock. And
damn. This will get a good long show.
Yeah. So
that's why we wanted this one first, folks. Pure wrestling.
Yes. I don't think the other one's gonna be this long, but when you talk about pure wrestling, especially us three, it's a long talk. It's a long talk.
Oh yeah. So we're gonna do our final thoughts. I will go first. Being a pro wrestling fan is a great thing because we can learn a lot of stuff. We appreciate the in-ring ability, and as we have not talked. We talk a little bit about promos. We talk about the in-ring abilities, and also what they can do the in-ring. You see the style, different kind of style, hardcore, technical, even lucha libre. We appreciate it, and that's make us rare because you talk to anybody else, they talk about first thing promo, but majority of the purist wrestling fan, we could talk about matches for hours and hours and hours. So thank God I'm a purist wrestling fan, and I would never stop being a purist, and I will push a purist wrestling fan over a sports entertainment. Your turn.
Rocket.
All right, first and foremost, everybody, hope you enjoy your holiday tomorrow, and happy birthday, America. As far as being a wrestling fan, that one thing is we don't just stick to one. We go America, we go Canada, we go Mexico, we go. Matter of fact, we travel just as much visually as much as the men and women who compete in the ring do physically.
That's right.
And it's like, and if you want to know why purist wrestling fans always defend certain people, that's because we see where these men and women have been before they get to the mainstream. And that's like, this is why sometimes we defend those guys when we know, all right, they're not getting pushed correctly, or we're thinking, okay, now we're seeing something that's making them better here that the previous company didn't do. And it's
Hmm.
like that's where research is so valuable. And especially now with all the outlets that we have, it's just that folks now we can smarten ourselves up. But just because we do smarten ourselves up doesn't mean that we don't have room to learn and grow from each other when it comes to professional wrestling. Because Hill, he's the one who taught me about DDT. And by the way, congratulations to Kaz Suzushi, who I think won the KOD tournament just earlier today.
Yes.
Yeah. And my brother Antonio, yeah. Yeah, my brother Antonio, yeah. And I had to give one DDT shout out. Of course, Stone always got me back into New Japan, so that's what I
Yes, sir.
say. And that's the thing, we feed off each other. Like there's some that I don't know that one of these two will, or there's things that I can bring back, but it's all, and to borrow what my man Antonio says, wrestling's a recycling bin, especially when it comes to fans being fans, because there's
New
always
shirt.
memories we'll bring back. Yeah. And the bottom line is this, everybody, is that enjoy wrestling
Mm.
and really study it. Not just the promos, even though this could be good too, but also the match. Learn why certain matches still stand the test of time, because there is where you're gonna find good wrestling and then from great wrestling.
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
Yes, sir. So let's uh pure wrestling fans. Not much I can say that that's it the two brothers said, but I you remember great matches more than you remember shitty shows. If that with pure wrestling. Pure wrestling fans could sit through a whole show, a whole terrible show, but we remember that one good match. That one good match out of the whole show. And I think that is most important to me, to any pure wrestling fan. If you really like wrestling, you remember that match. Especially the people that's in it, and you want that person. You start getting emotionally invested in those people that give you that good match. Not to say that all wrestling gotta be pure. You know, we understand this is an entertainment, this is a business. We understand that, but if you're a wrestling fan for as long as us, or just, at least your life, if you're a wrestling fan, you need to appreciate the matches, not just the smoke and mirrors. I just gave Cody Rhodes a goddamn shout out. The smoke and mirrors of the situation. That's why we appreciate some of the guys we named, and we probably missed some names out of the whole conversation. Because if we would have named everybody, we'd have been on here forever. So this show right here probably the longest show we ever do.
Forever.
Forever.
And that's about that time too. Yeah.
There it is. He just said it. I gotta go.
3 minutes.
So,
Yeah.
But to be a pure wrestling fan is like this. One, enjoy the match that is going to be talked about forever. And we just talked about a whole bunch of matches that happened 30 years ago. That's what pure wrestling does. It gotta be that match that you're gonna talk about forever and ever. So that's all I gotta say, because everything y'all said pretty much is straight on point. And yeah, I gotta watch DDT Pro Wrestling now because I missed the damn show.
Hey, I got Wrestling Universe.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, almost do. So the next episode number 2, matter of fact, we're gonna do like middle of July. We're gonna do the mid-season award, because after all the stuff we go into. We try to do nominee. But episode 2, we're gonna talk about. We did talk about it yesterday, but not deep as we want to. High flyers. We're gonna talk about that one, the different style high flyers, and then episode number 3, we're going to talk about. We did talk about this one, diversity. This conversation, I don't think nobody's ready for this because I thought about a lot of stuff, and we got some hypocrites and pro wrestling community fans, and I will say some shit. But
okay,
yes.
So he pretty much said episode 3 is the debut of Thirsty Jack.
And Carmichael X, maybe.
All right, Carmichael X. They might both show up. They might show. They might both show up. Now,
you might see a hybrid, a Thirsty X. But
wait a minute, hold on. Just go.
Whoa, that was sounding a little too Vince right there.
Yeah, I remember with Carmichael Jack.
No, or Jack Carmichael, but I don't know. But anyway,
No.
But so episode 2 will give you about high flyers, and then episode 3 we will talk about diversity. In the middle of July, we're gonna have a mid-season award. So we give you 3 back-to-back bangers, and it would be a triple threat like ECW. But hope you guys enjoy the show. Share, like, subscribe to this channel because it'll be more content like this. So. Therefore, I'm your boy, Hio Carmichael, Rockin' Reese, and Antonio Del Forcer. It was a blessing to experience this first episode. So until then, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Deuces.